Yeah.
record button. Okay, so the recording starts now. First of all, thanks to everyone, guys. We had a technical issue, but I think it's fine now. Everyone is on Zoom now, and we have almost 40 plus participants right now. Thanks to all of you for attending, and it will be a huge webinar. Right now, we are starting at 8:40. It will definitely go till 10:15. I promise. 10:15 and 10:30 is for sure because we have a lot of questions, and both the speakers will be giving their opinions. They are highly experienced. Their resume and their profiles are so big. I was asking both of them, are you guys humans or are you guys aliens? When I met them. So it will be very interactive. You guys can also ask the questions in the chat section also, and then at the end we'll be having the doubt solving session as well. Everything, it's open platform. I will be the bridge. I'll be taking the questions. I too have lot of questions personally. I'm very curious to hear from them with the top rankers of CA fraternity. So first of all, Nandini will be joining. She's having some audio issues, but let me introduce Saina to all of you. First of all, Saina Agrawal, she cleared her CA foundation with All India Rank 1 in November 2019, and then CA Intermediate with All India Rank 12 in May 2021, and then her CA Finals with All India Rank 47 in May 2024. She's a triple AR and CA exams. That's huge. That's insane. And then she did her articleship in stat audit profile in from Deloitte, Bangalore, and then her industrial training in finance domain from Hindustan Unilever Limited, Mumbai. And then currently she is working as a finance manager in ITC Limited, Gurgaon. So I think Saina has a profile which ticks every mark for a dream CS student, like a Big Four articleship, then ITC profile, then finance domain, industrial training, then triple AAR. Like it's ticking every checkbox. So
Thank you. Thank you so much.
yeah, that's you, Saina. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I just DM Saina like I want to do this
Yeah,
webinar and I want you to be on the episode. You would be the best person to guide. And thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me here.
yeah, my pleasure. And Nandini, can you speak? Uh, no, no,
No, you are not audible.
you are not audible. Uh, are you connecting any
Check your
device?
audio settings maybe.
Yeah. Check your audio settings.
Or try joining through phone, maybe. Like,
Yeah, try joining through phone. That would be better. You take your time, no worries. We'll be handling the session. You take your time. Yeah, it can be refunded. It's fine. So okay. So uh, let's take the questions with Saina first. Saina, my first question to you. So, what was your motivation to join CA course? And then, like, while you are giving exams at each level of your exam, at foundation, inter, final, every time did you have rank in your mind while preparing from the starting itself, like that I have to go for the rank, or did you believe yourself that in mid of the preparation that yes, I'm going towards the rank? Like, what was your motivation and emotion to hit a rank in CA exams? I want to know.
yeah. So, like, first of all, I will request everyone to switch on their camera and they can also unmute and ask anything in between if they want anything, if they want to ask anything. So it will be interactive session and yeah, we can connect more if you will switch on the camera.
Yeah. Yes, guys, it's open platform. You guys can be free and just be interactive. Yeah. You can go ahead, Zaina.
Yeah. So, like मेरी journey start हुई after 12th.
She might be having some network issues. Uh, let's just get her, guys. Yeah, and then think she came back. She's having some ups and downs in her network, guys. Just give me a second.
Hello, Sai.
Hello, Sai. Hello, Sai. Hello, Sai.
Am I audible now, Sai?
Yes. Yeah. Is it Nandini?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh, from which name you have joined? Is it Nandini Agarwal? I cannot find your
Yes, yes,
name.
yes. I do. Uh, wait, wait.
Your name, Nandini. I will add you to Spotlight. Yeah. Okay. I found you. Just wait.
Okay,
I
okay.
think Saina is having some network issues. She is in Haridwar, so I think there might be some network issues. Nandini, last week it was very smooth. I think this time it has made Saina. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Can you switch on? Unmute yourself.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I have
Is it
sent the
fine now?
Zoom. Yeah, yeah, yes, perfect. I have sent the Zoom link to Saina. She is facing some issue, so I've just mailed her. She will join, no worries. I will introduce yourself. Introduce you, okay? So guys, we
Mhm.
have another CA student. Sorry, another CA in our webinar. Okay, she is CA Nandini Agarwal. Thank you so much for Nandini, first of all, for joining this session. So guys, she cleared her CA foundation in November 2020 in first attempt, and then she cleared her CA intermediate both groups in first attempt again in December 2021 within a year, and then she cleared her CA finals with AR 50 in November 2024 again first attempt, and then she did her articleship from one of the top firms in Assam in Northeast, Nahata Co, and she had exposure in diverse fields like direct and indirect tax, stat audit, project finance very much. And then one of the biggest takeaways from her is she got selected in the ICAI Campus Placements in this month in February in one of the topmost Maharatna PSUs as well. At 21, she cleared everything and done and dusted with her CA student journey, and we have one of the uh, youngest speaker in our episode. So, Nandini, how do you feel today to be in the session?
I'm really very, very excited, and it was my pleasure of joining this session. I'm
Yeah,
really, really very excited. From the day you gave me the invite till the day I'm speaking today, I'm really very excited and very happy that I was able to be a part of the session.
yeah. Thank you so much, Nandini, for accepting as well. Saina, I hope the link is working.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
working
yeah,
now.
it's
I'm
okay.
really sorry for
It's okay, it
network issue.
happens. It's fine. You have the link. If you have ups and downs, you can just go and join. We have two speakers, so
Yeah,
we can manage, right? So Nandini now also, like, her network is also set up, so we won't have any kind of in disturbances now. So the question to both of you
yeah.
is, like, what was your motivation for CA journey? And then what was the motivation you had, like, before sitting for preparation? Like, did you have rank in your mind every time you sat for the session, every time you sat for your study preparation and everything? So I want to know the emotion behind your successful academic streak of both of you in first attempt ranks and everything. So Saina, you take the lead as a senior first.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So, like while starting through, while I was starting in foundation, I was not aware of this All India rank or any such thing that we have All India ranks in
Yeah.
CA exams. So I was not aware of that, and I was doing coaching from one of the institute in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So
Yes.
there, like in regular weekly test, one of my sir, he said me that you are scoring well and you can secure a rank, and then yeah, like it was somewhere around my exam was on November 2019, and it was somewhere around August or September
Okay.
when he said me that okay, you can,
Oh,
so
okay.
you can target rank. Like whenever I will think that I am targeting a rank, then it's a bit nervous because you think that you have competitors all over India.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So targeting a rank was not my thing. I was like, okay, I will not target the rank. I will complete my syllabus. I will focus on each and every chapters, each and every questions. So my aim was rank, but my approach was different. Like I was
Okay.
not, I will not be thinking of while studying, while preparing, while writing exams. It was just that I have my syllabus with me, and the questions will be asked from this syllabus, and I have to give my 100%. Yeah, so
Okay.
that was my target.
Great.
And then when result came, it was yeah, All India rank one. Then it's completely emotional, unbelievable. Yeah,
How many did you score in your CA foundation? What were your marks? You remember, like,
it was 365.
sorry,
Yeah,
how much?
365 from four,
365, like 90 average in each paper.
365.
Then
Yeah.
my question was valid to both of you. Are you guys humans or aliens? That is very
Yeah, then
impressive.
going with Inter, uh,
Hmm. Yeah,
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 yeah.
go, go.
I have some health issues in between, so I
Okay.
skipped one attempt of my intermediate.
Okay.
And then for intermediate, like I was targeting for one group because of my health issues. And
Okay.
then exam postponed to July. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I appeared for both groups. So my rank for intermediate, it was completely unbelievable for me because yeah, I was not completely prepared for uh,
Yeah.
my intermediate.
Okay. But ultimately, the destiny.
And then
Uh,
finals, yeah. So finals, I was targeting a rank because of the
okay.
previous two.
Yes, yes, you will
Like
have
my motivation for
expectations.
finals was that if I will not,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
I will not get a rank in finals, then all my previous hard work and sacrifices, it will just go on vain because
Yes,
uh, now placements and all everything will be based on finals results. Yeah, so that was like, yeah, I have to give my best. This was one last time.
yes, yes. Mm, that's a really good approach. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
way you said,
It's
like, while you're studying, your focus was entirely on completing the syllabus and everything properly, and then rank will automatically be coming if you do this thing. So that approach will
yeah. If
always
you will
work.
think rank, then yeah, you will be like you will
Yes,
be scared that how we
yes,
will
yes.
compete with so many students and all. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, you will be having a lot of anxiety. Like, if you get obsessed with rank thing, like, I have to get a rank or nothing. Like, some I have seen people who are generally obsessed like this. Then later on, if they get only pass, they will be very disappointed. Like, I've seen people. Okay, that's really good to know, Saina. Now, Nandini, like, what was your motivation and how did you feel on your result day in the CA final? Like, how was everything?
So the main motivation of my was my mother, because she always wanted me to be a CA from class 10 onwards.
Oh,
Like it
nice.
was her dream that I should pursue CA, because like she wanted to study further, but like in their time marriage was being
Yeah.
done early. That was a
Hmm.
tradition. So she got
Yeah.
married early. So it was decided from beforehand only that I would be pursuing a professional course, and she had
Hmm.
a greater attachment with CA. So when I was in 12th, so I did not face much difficulty because my mother had arranged everything for me, like from which YouTube videos I should study and everything. Like she did all the research for
That's
me.
nice. That's nice. That reminds me of my
So
father. Like he used to do everything for me. Yeah, great.
So like, my parents are the greatest supporters of me, of my in this journey. I also remember, like, for CA foundation I did not take any coaching. So, and like I was not too serious at that time, because it was like कि हो जाएगा. So but I still remember that I had my exams in November, and I did not even start the subject of law in the month till August.
Hmm.
And law was completely a new subject for us then, because we do not have any background of law in 12th.
Yes.
So
Yes.
at that moment I was so pressurized that studied completely the law by myself without any YouTube video. I did not have any idea how to write the answers and all, nothing, no idea. I just sat in the examination, and I still can't believe how I scored 72 in that paper. I don't remember how I did, but it just happened.
It happens.
And
It
like
happens.
in
Hmm.
intermediate also, it was like I only dreamt of passing the exams. I did not have any idea of rank and all till then, because when I appeared for foundation, the rank concept was removed by ICAI till then. So we did
Okay.
not have any concept of rank in foundation.
Okay. Yeah, the
So
same thing with
so
CPT also. Yeah. Hmm.
so I did not have. So when I moved to intermediate, I did not know anything about this big fours and all. I was
Hmm.
completely unaware of all these things. So I was just moving on with my study, and my primary aim was to clear both the groups in first attempt, that too in single sitting.
Great.
So
Great.
that was my primary aim. And I also had my regular BCom college, so I had to attend those sessions also to college. So that was very difficult to manage both
So
of
with
them.
regular
But
BCom college, you cleared both groups in first attempt in inter, right?
yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So rank was I was not even targeting rank, because I was just ki pass hona hai. So I was very happy then I got passed. But as I proceeded for articleship, I knew about this big course. I knew
Hmm.
about like rank
Hmm.
concept. So from then onwards, I was always targeting for rank in the final. Like आ जाए तो अच्छा
Hmm.
है. But it was
Hmm.
not कि running only कि नहीं आएगा तो I will be very sad. That was not the concept कि
That's
नहीं
good.
आएगा तो I will
Hmm.
be sad. So
Hmm.
one thing about say that I started my coaching very early for the CA finals, because I wanted to clear it in first attempt with rank. And
Hmm.
ultimately, I was fortunate enough that I did, because I did not get leaves at the last moment. I
Yeah, yeah,
got only
you
one
told
month
me
of leave.
about it. Yeah, you got only just 1 month of leave. Guys, you have to note this point down. She just got 1 month of leave for her CA final exams. You did 3 years of articleship, right?
Yeah, 3 years of
Yeah, three
articleship.
years of articleship, only just 1 month of leave, and she cleared her CA finals in first attempt and she got a rank. So that's how you plan.
It's
And
insane.
now the second question for both of you. Like take your time, guys. This is very important. Uh, Yes, Sana. Guys, just mute yourself, please. Okay. So the second question for both of you is kindly describe me your entire articleship journey along with your CA final subjects. Like for which subject, how did you approach? Whether you took self-study or faculty, and at which time periods you completed those lectures, and what was your revision strategy? ओके आई होप यू गॉट द पॉइंट लाइक कब कब खत्म किया कब
Yeah,
आपने रिवाइज किया पूरा 2-3 साल का जो भी आपने किया जस्ट गिव द इनसाइट्स हाउ यू मैनेज द क्लासेस विथ योर आर्टिकलशिप ऑल्सो दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एवरीवन like people will get an idea whoever are doing articleship just so Nandini you go ahead with this.
Okay, so I started my coaching in the month of like June 2022. Basically,
When
I
did you
got
start your
late because
articleship?
I started my articleship in March 2022,
Okay,
and I
okay,
started my
fine.
coaching in June
Hmm.
2022.
Hmm, great.
So I started first with SFM because SFM is such a subject which does not have much amendments, and
Hmm.
till then the new course was also not implemented, and there was no news of any new course being implemented.
Hmm.
So I started with that. Initially, I was going at a slower pace, very slow. I took around 6 months for SFM. I still remember. I completed
Great.
near December.
Okay.
So, but then I remembered that no, इतना slow करने से नहीं होगा because बाकी subjects
Hmm.
बहुत vast है अभी.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this was like I started my FR in January 2023, and I was very determined कि I have to complete this by February 23 anyhow. And I was
Within.
really, I did also. I
Okay.
completed the entire FR by February 23.
What?
In 2 months, I completed my entire FR.
Guys, we are dealing with abnormal human beings right now. Yeah, yeah, you go ahead. I will tell my FR experience. I took extension of 6 months also. I didn't complete FR. I left it in between. Yeah. Go ahead.
And after that, the next subject was audit. I did not take any coaching or did not refer any YouTube videos for audit.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
completely done self.
Self.
And
Okay.
so I got considerable period of time after February
Hmm.
23 to complete audit and complete the revision of first group. Because
Hmm.
if I start DT and IDT very early, there will be too many amendments.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
questions
is
will
not.
take later. You go ahead. Hmm.
So I started my DT around November end, November mid or November end. I don't remember precisely. So I
So audit,
completed
you
that.
took lot
Uh,
of months for self-study, like from
no, no,
Feb.
no. I was consistent. No, I was like I was also doing audit and revising FR and AFM simultaneously during that
Okay,
entire
great.
March
Yeah,
to
yeah, that's good. Huh.
March.
Hmm.
So I did that. Like in that point of time, I was able to revise 2 to 3 times each subject. So my
Great.
this was done
Hmm.
because like September month, in September and July month, there is a lot of pressure in office. I
Hmm.
used to
Hmm.
come late around 2,
Hmm.
so we cannot study entirely in that month, in those
Right.
months.
Right.
So like I started after November. I started in November DT because October was the last for return filing. We do not have much work
Yes.
left after October.
Yes.
So I started in November mid. So I completed DT by December end.
Okay. Understood. Yeah.
So and after that, I had my MCS in January. So
Okay.
considerable period of time was given to
Hmm.
MCS because traveling also took a lot of time.
Hmm.
So again, I did my IDT along with MCS, but it took a little bit of time to complete IDT because along with MCS, it was not easy to devote the entire time to lectures.
You took complete classes of IDT or fast track?
No, no, I did every classes regular. No, no,
Okay.
nothing was
Okay.
fast track.
Okay. Great. Hmm.
So I started by January end. It was like January 30th I started and I completed by March first week.
Okay. Okay.
So at this point of time, my entire
You're too
classes were
fast, yeah.
complete.
How did you get that much time to complete, yeah? Yeah, you go ahead.
No, I started early in the morning and I also studied like after office for like till 11 or 12 in the night. So I was an early riser, so I started from 6 in the morning.
Insane, insane, yeah. Hmm. Then,
And after that, like all the subjects were being done because at this point of time the new course was implemented. So we had the costing and law in SPOM. So
hmm,
we also had one like thing in the between. Like at that point of time, ICAI did not release the notification for November attempt one. Like they required the SPOM to be cleared before November attempt at
hmm.
one point of time. So I gave my SPOM exam in July 2024. I
Okay,
completed the SPM lectures in between and gave in July.
okay.
So at this point of time, my SPM was also completed. I cleared both the exams, and 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 the remaining portion of time I was required to do revisions with office because I did not get leaves. So this was my
Hmm.
entire. I revised 2 to 3 times along with office.
Okay, got it. So 2 to 3 times along with office from after your SPOM, right? After
No,
your
like
S.
I completed in March first week, so I started studying from then onwards only. Like group two, I started studying then, and like SPM
Hmm.
classes was only like it was like I was studying something, and the SPM classes were running because they do not explain anything. Afterwards,
Nah.
I did SPM entirely by myself. Like I there also I did not refer any videos or material. I only
Hmm.
read the ICI module because
Okay.
my main aim was like my main aim was for IBS because I wanted to give the entire module a reading that would help me in IBS.
Okay.
So what I did, when I was studying for SPOM, I made summaries of the chapter. At the back of the chapter, I wrote summaries for the important points.
Hmm.
So at the time of SPOM only, I did this. So it was very easier for me during IBS.
Okay. Yeah.
So this was my strategy to read the entire module for mainly because of the IBS chapter. Like most people in my batch, what they did, they referred to YouTube videos, they referred to the MCQ booklet that was compiled, and ultimately
Yeah.
they faced issues in the IBS paper. So, but I did not face this issue in IBS paper because I had a thorough reading of the module.
Okay. Yeah.
So this was my entire strategy. Like in
So
November, I did not get enough time to revise because I could only revise one time in that short span of time. So that was like
I
I
get
did entire revisions with my office only.
that is like what were your office timings? Because how did you like in the peak period I understand, but rest of the days, what were your office timings?
Like it started from 10 in the morning and it
Okay.
ended around 6 to 6:30. So that when and like in the initial 2 years, I was also giving
Hmm.
tuitions to children because I funded my entire education expenses by myself. So I was giving tuitions the first 2 years. So I came from office and then I took tuition classes of
I
students.
uh,
So I got almost free at 9:30.
then you used to study again after that.
So this is yeah, yes.
That's insane. That I have no words.
Heads off. Yeah.
Hats off, yeah, hats off. That's why I wanted to ask. And guys, you have to note down one point, which is the perks of working in a mid-sized firm or upper mid-sized firm, because you won't like it's very difficult to get this in Big Fours, I think. Okay. So I think Saina
Yeah.
knows that Big Four hurdle. And even I have heard from all my peers and everyone. So it's very difficult in Big Fours to get this much time. So she got the exposure in her mid-sized firm and she utilized that to capitalize in her CA journey and her extra tuitions and everything. She didn't right when her like peak period ended in her office. Then she suddenly started like she didn't took any kind of gap. Nowhere I heard any month left. Like even her attempt was in November 2024. She started from June 2022. That's almost 2.5 years before. So that's the planning and that's the like the focus which she had and her planning. So that worked out in long time, and the sacrifices just for 1 2 months don't work. For 1 2 years they have to be, and like that had happened in Nandini's journey. I'm really like it's very good to hear, and I was like completely speechless here hearing to your planning and everything. It's huge. So I just want now go to Saina, and Saina, I want to hear your journey. How did you maintain your consistency for all the three levels, like hitting a rank? What was your planning and entirely in the way Nandini said, yeah, just take the space.
Yeah. So like starting, I started with cost classes because when
Okay.
I joined my articleship on October 29th,
Hmm.
2021. And from January 2022, I started my cost classes. By that time, there was no rumors or no announcement regarding the new course or anything. So, yeah, I have completed my cost classes in 3 months. And then
Okay.
after I have completed, then after 15 days, there were some rumors that it might get removed and all. So, yeah, I did my cost classes first. And then I moved
Okay.
to AFM. So,
Cost
like, my
AFM.
target
Okay.
was uh,
Hmm.
my target was I was very disciplined with my class because yeah, since I was in Big Four, so there will be some deadlines, and during those months, it's difficult to manage. So I was like very strict with my classes. Like I will target for example, I took 3 months for AFM, 4 months for FR, and it was all pre-planned. Like I will include breaks and I will include everything in my plan so that it's achievable. So
Okay.
like
Hmm.
starting in the morning, I will just wake up at 5:30 or maybe 6, and then I just complete my one class before office. and then I will go to office. And I usually don't keep anything for after office hours, because even though my team was cooperative, but we can't say like when we will be back, or if we will get some time to do class after office. So I usually try to keep those post office hours for my revision. And I will just target that I will complete one class of 3 hours before office in the morning itself. And
Okay.
like what I did was I just planned my 3 months, that okay, these are the number of lectures I have, 3 months. And then to achieve my target I will have to complete, for example, 7 lectures or 6 lectures or 8 lectures maybe in one week. So I will just have weekly plans. So if I will for example, what I used to do is I will just do 5 class in weekdays, and Saturday maybe 2 class, and then Sunday 1 class, and then evening was break. So if by
Okay.
any chance I miss any class in weekdays,
Hmm.
then I just try to cover it over weekend.
Hmm.
So what I did with my practical subject was, for example, AFM, while doing class, I side by side I just maintained one concept copy, and there I have I have noted all the concepts and important formulas and
Hmm.
some tricky or important adjustments. Okay. So at that time
Okay.
when I was preparing those notes, sometimes I felt that it may be a waste of time, but when you will just
Hmm.
take up that subject after 1.5 years or 2 years, then like for me at least, I did my class and then I took up that subject in study leaves only, like there was no revision in between. And
Okay.
so I just prepared the notes and everything, so that
Hmm.
it will help me for at the time of revision. It will not be the case that I was just completely blank. Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, for 3 months I took for AFM. I took classes from Sanjay Saraf sir, and then I moved
Okay.
with FR. FR I took classes from Bhavik Choksi sir. I would really
Okay.
recommend Bhavik Choksi sir class for FR. It was really great.
Okay.
You can if you have not taken, then you can you can just see demo or anything. So
Okay.
it was really helpful for me. That one FR
Hmm.
is used. So yeah, I have targeted 4 months for FR. There will be
Hmm.
some days when you will not feel like studying, or you will not be able to complete your target. But again, my motivation was, if I will not complete my lectures now, then I will have to miss my weekend for doing lectures, for covering lectures. Yeah, and I don't want to spoil my weekend on studying. That's why I was like, no, I have to do it on weekdays itself.
Weekdays itself.
And
Yeah.
for every chapters, for AFM or
Hmm.
FR, like post completion of one chapter, I will just take a 1 day break, and then I will revise entire concept
Hmm.
before moving to the next chapter.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
this was like that. There was one thing for me, that before revising the previous lecture, I will not start with next lecture. Like what's the time? What's the like? Even if there are deadlines, or even if like you have less time or anything, okay. If
Hmm.
for example some days you will not get time to do lectures, then I will just take the time to revise. Like, but revision is one most important thing. First everyday revision, and then post the completion of chapter, I used to revise the chapter completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was my plan for first 3 months AFM, and then FR. And then I moved with audit. Like audit,
Hmm.
I took 1.5 months. But yeah, audit, I have just taken class from one teacher in my hometown. So
Hmm.
just to maintain the consistency, because yeah, it was kind of weak subject for me. And then in between 1 month, I was preparing for the industrial training interviews. I was applying for the interviews. So yeah, during those 1 month, I was not very consistent with my lectures. And then I
Okay.
moved to IDT. IDT, I think I took 2 months to complete the IDT lectures. I took it from
Hmm.
Vishal Vattad sir.
Okay.
And then I moved with DT. Yeah, DT I took 3 months, and it was from Bhavar Purana sir.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, so this was my during the articleship and industrial training. And like post completion of industrial training, I got 3 months of leaves, and I
Good.
have planned 3 revisions, but yeah, I could do only 2 revisions
I
for
think two revisions are
my
more than enough for people
well,
like you and Nandini. Revised can hit a rank with even one
No,
revision
so yeah,
also.
for first revision was tough for me because I was starting the subject after 1.5 year or 1 year because I have not done any revision in between. So yeah,
Hmm.
first revision was quite tricky for me. So in first revision, what I used to do was for like, for example, AFM, I referred my concept notes and then I go on by solving the questions, each and every questions, and then just what I did through my first revision, I have separated the questions in two parts. Like one is must revise questions and second is
Yeah.
revise if you have
Hmm.
time. And third one,
Okay.
you will cross check it. So what I used to
Hmm.
do is I will use two highlighters. One is orange and one is means
Hmm.
you can
Hmm.
use two highlighters, two colors. One is for must revise and one is if time. Okay.
If time.
So in
Yeah.
this way, I have divided the questions for AFM during my first revision, and then for FR, DT, and like for all other subjects, I will first go through the revision lectures because yeah, there was a time gap between the lectures and then when we are taking up for revision, and then uh, module and then questions. Yeah. So this was my
Like
articleship
even
and
if,
industrial.
so you did industrial learning after 1.5 year of your articleship?
Huh, 1.5 year.
After 1.5 year, right? So for searching industrial training also, like some of your time might have gone for those interviews and everything, like
Yeah, yeah, one
yeah,
1.5 months. It was
one
like
and a half
applying
month you
and
would have
all.
invested there. And like what were your timings, like work timings with Deloitte and then with HUL? So how did you like what were the office timings like as
So like
Nandini?
in Deloitte, it was
Yeah.
so my work hours like it's a hybrid model.
Okay.
So maybe 2 3 days office and 2 3 days work from home. So I
Hmm.
target work from home days most for my studies because there was no traveling time included.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
during weekdays, yeah, I prefer doing classes in the morning and then like then going for office. In work from home, I usually log off at 6:37 maybe. Like
Okay.
I
Okay.
try to, not every day,
Yeah.
but I try to. But whenever you go to office, then there is no end time. There were days where I have worked till 1 or 2 in the night. I have stayed in the
Hmm.
client place as well.
See,
Yeah, and
yeah.
guys, just
Hmm.
focus on one thing. During those days, don't take pressure on yourself to complete the class or anything because
Hmm.
yeah, these are some normal laws and everyone has to go through this. So don't overburden yourself with
Yeah,
high
accounting. I love the
expectations.
accounting language. You use the word term normal loss. That costing term, right?
Yeah,
It's
like
ingrained into our
there
nerves.
may be some days for
That's nice.
there may be some days when you are not feeling well, maybe your health is not supporting or
Yeah.
overly deadlines and all.
Hmm.
So those days, just don't try to overburden yourself. And there will be
Yeah.
some days, like everyone,
Yeah.
you will get some days when you will have less work in office. So just try to
Hmm.
utilize those days, try to cover 1.5 lectures, if not two. And
Hmm.
yeah, also reward yourself with something
Hmm.
like when you
Right.
will achieve your target, it will be a motivation for you just to go out somewhere, go on a movie or go on a trip or anything. Yeah, just keep small
Hmm.
motivations which will keep you motivated to achieve your target.
That's really nice.
And
That's
for
really.
HUL, my like traveling time is 1.5 hours one way to office. So it was quite tough for HUL. So during
Hmm.
those traveling time, usually I try to hear some revision audios or revision videos maybe like from YouTube. And yeah, like I used to use those traveling time for my revision. And for audit, I have prepared my own revision audio notes. Yeah, so
Okay.
like I used to revise through my own audio notes. It
That's
really
really
helped,
good.
like
Yeah, it
summarizing
is.
things in your concept copy or summarizing things through your own audios.
Yeah.
At the time of summarizing, you will feel that you are wasting your time, or
Ah.
you might feel that, okay, I can use this time somewhere else. But during revision, you will just learn its importance. You will get to know that how, like, it will be a extreme level of help during the time of revision.
I get it. Because you are listening to yourself and that boosts your confidence so much because you are
Yeah, yeah.
listening.
So,
Yeah.
देखो सब हाँ, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्या होता है जब आप फर्स्ट रिवीजन करते हैं 10 दिन 15 दिन लगा के, तो आप एक-एक चीज़ को बहुत अच्छे से पढ़े होते हैं उस समय पे। Like you
हम्म
have get through each and every concepts and you will
हम्म
never get time to revise all entire concepts. ठीक है?
हम्म
So just use those knowledge which you have gathered on your first revision or during the lectures to summarize the things which will help you in future, because it's not possible to recall each and everything later on.
right, right.
Yeah.
That's really good. I have no words. I'm like, what should I even ask? So okay. So now let's move on to next very important question. Uh, I have seen, guys, I have seen the mark sheets of both of them. Okay, I just asked in between the week, like, guys, just send me your mark sheets once I want to see. And then I was like completely blank, like seeing their marks. So first of all, I want to ask Nandini. Nandini, your network is fine, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, guys, Nandini
But
scored. Uh, Saina, I think your network is somewhat down. I will take Nandini for this question. Uh, so guys,
yeah, yeah.
Nandini scored 81 in audit in CA final, and she scored 78 in IBS. Okay. And I was like completely speechless seeing the marks. I mean, like people are struggling to write the IBS paper, take so many books and everything to the papers, and Nandini straight away scored IBS in 78 in IBS. So I want to know the strategy for both of these papers, I audit and IBS. So what were your special tips? What were your strategy? And you said you did self-study for audit. You have to complete time and for IBS also. So just take your time and go for this subjects, Nandini.
So firstly, I would like to start with audit.
Yeah.
The worst nightmare for every CA student. It was
Yes.
also for me when I started. But it's all about how you plan the subject properly, how you revise the subject properly. And the
Hmm.
most important thing is to focus is only on the ICI module. Don't refer to
Yes.
any other books. Don't refer to any coaching material available, because if
Perfect.
you see the November 2024 paper,
Hmm.
it was nothing from the past MTP, RTP,
Hmm.
nothing from the coaching material. It was entirely from the ICI Met. That to the insider lines question they were asking, that were not so huge to be done in the last day revisions. So
Hmm.
that is very important that you go through the entire ICI module. And audit is such a subject, target at least 5 revisions before the exam. If you want to do the ICI module, target 5 revisions at least, so that
Five
you will have the
revisions.
subject on your mind.
Right. So,
So
guys,
what
it's just not for CA final audit, even for CA inter audit, any subject. Okay.
my
Just take the tips for applicable for each subject. So, yeah, you go ahead, Nandini.
And in audit in CA final, the chapters are very huge as compared to
Hmm.
inter, what we study in inter. So the
Hmm.
chapters are very big. So firstly, you should break down the chapter into smaller parts as comfortable to you. Because in
Hmm.
first reading or second reading, it is not possible for us to read the entire chapter in 1 or 2 hours. This is not even possible. So what
Yes.
I did, I broke the chapter into small parts according to me, which part I should study first, which part I could easily cover, and how many pages I need to cover every day. Like
Okay.
audit was a subject when since I started, I never left studying audit on any single day, not even on Sundays, because this is a subject which requires cumulative revision. So you
Right.
need to study audit every day till the day of your exams. Like
Hmm.
I still remember I had my FR paper on 3rd November. Still I was
Hmm.
reading audit till 31st October. So this was like audit ko chhodna nahi hai.
Yes.
Keep on revising audit.
Hmm.
And you can also create your own mnemonics. Like there are many materials available in the market also that supply mnemonics, but the mnemonics you will make in your own language will always being remembered by you. Like
Perfect.
what I did, made some mnemonics in Hindi. I made some mnemonics in English, because it was easier for me to remember those, because they have been made by me.
Right.
So this was one of the techniques.
Yes.
And secondly, like for chapters like bank audit and PE, like bank audit is such a huge chapter. Remembering all
Hmm.
the points is very, very difficult. So you
Hmm.
can take the practical examples from that chapter. Like, see, if we talk about cash में क्या
Hmm.
होता है, like you can make practical examples of the points कि ऐसा 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 करना है. So
Hmm.
ultimately, you will able to write the answers.
Yes.
And like for PE covers great marks. Like it is around 20. It has around 25 marks of
It's
weightage.
scoring also. Hmm.
This, yeah, scoring also. This entire chapter can let you pass the exams.
Yes.
If you do some chapters standards properly, you can pass easily. So like
Right.
for P, ICI module has very good examples for every clause. When I read, there are examples for every clause. So even if you don't remember the clause, like you can read the examples. By reading examples one or two times, like you will be you will itself be remembering the what was the clause, because examples वही बोलते हैं.
Hmm.
तो आप examples पढ़ोगे तो आपको clause खुद ही याद आ जाएगा कि ऐसा ही था clause में.
Right.
And like also in audit, paper presentation is very important. What
Yes.
you write is
Hmm.
very. So whenever you are reading, what you should do, like you should highlight the important words, certain keywords that you need to revise these keywords, or you need to put these keywords in the paper. Like what I did for PE was I scored full marks in and all the PE questions. Like when I saw my copy, I scored full marks in all the PE questions. So what I did, like whenever I read a clause, the clause always had one special line. After the clause, there was one special line given. Like, you need to attract the examiner to this. You should write that one creamy line that will pull the examiner to giving you marks. Just
Right.
don't write the clause. In every
Hmm.
clause, there is a line. After that, there
Hmm.
is a line which you can write.
Hmm.
So put that line. And also, while you are presenting your paper, don't forget to underline. Like if you are writing any clause, underline that. If you are writing any important keyword, underline that. So that will help the examiner to see that you have written the keywords properly.
Right.
And like never see, one thing is more like whenever there is 4 marks per question, never write only 4 points. If there are
Hmm.
more points in module, write the entire points if possible.
Hmm.
Like I got a question on monitoring this time, monitoring of controls from SQC1. So
Okay.
in module there were 6 points, but
Hmm.
the question marks was only 4. But I
Okay.
wrote the entire 6 points. So the examiner has given me full 4 marks. So
Right.
never write if there is any point in the module, don't stick ki only 4 points ही लिखना है.
Hmm.
Never do that. And one thing is important, like you should do cumulative revisions. This will ultimately help you. Like what I did, my examination center was around 70 kilometers from my hometown. So I had to
Dibrugarh,
commute
right?
daily to the exam. No, Jorhat.
Acha, you wrote in Jorat. Okay. There is no center in Dibrugarh?
No, there is no center. There is center, but Dibrugarh is more far away from Sibsagar than Jorhat. Jorhat is
Acha.
nearer.
Okay. 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 Fine. Yeah.
So I had to commute daily there. So it almost, and that time the four lane work was going on. So the roads were the road condition was pathetic.
Hmm.
So like it almost took me 2 to 2.5 hours to commute
Every day. Every
every
day
day.
for your exam.
Yes.
Morning and
Yes.
evening.
So yeah. So I nearly lost 5 hours in traveling only in that 1.5
Aisa.
days.
Hmm.
So like it is very important key, like, but what I did was like I studied the entire module 2 beforehand.
Hmm.
Like I prepared the module 2. I started from October 15 and I completed my module 2 on October 31st. As I said that I was studying audit till October 31st.
Continuously.
And like I did it, yeah. So what I did, I used to wake up 5 in the morning. So 5 to 6, what I did, I studied the chapters which I have already done the previous day.
Hmm.
So it was going on cumulatively for the 15 days.
Yeah. Like Saina said. Yeah. Hmm.
So like also I had a habit, like whenever I was studying any other subject, whenever I used to take 5 minutes break, I always tried to recall the points of audit which I read. This I did every day throughout the journey. So this pressurized my mind to remember the points. Ultimately, the more you will be keeping pressure on your mind, the your mind will take up that. So
Yes.
try to recall that point whenever you don't have the book. You don't know the potential you have. You just need to keep pressurizing your mind to recall the points.
Yes. Perfect. Hmm.
So ultimately, like I was so confident with book 2, like I did not have any time to revise book 2 in 1.5 days because the module is huge. So what I did, I revised the book 2 only during that 2.5 hours of commuting time which I get.
Hmm.
So I just did that, and like it was like I had many questions from book two, because there are all the newly added chapters there. So ICI
Okay.
asked questions from there for 5 marks, 4 marks. So what the impact was, I was able to remember all the points. So the
Okay.
cumulative revision has a greater impact. And like
Right.
whenever you are studying different subject also, always try to recall, like take 5 minutes break and recall what you studied for audit. And like if it is not possible
Hmm.
before going to bed, you can follow this strategy, like I need to recall the points which I studied today.
Was audit your favorite subject, Nandini?
Yes, can be said so, because I am good at writing. So like
Okay.
I have been I have also won two national level essay competitions. So like I have a
Hmm.
passion in writing. So it
Hmm.
comes naturally when you have a passion in writing. I had to only devote time to learn the keywords. Writing was not
Hmm.
difficult for me.
Hmm. I get you. I
So
get you completely.
this was
So you wrote any mock
uh,
test for audit?
no, I did not have any time to write the mock test.
Direct attack in the exam. Yeah. Ah.
So like this was mainly for audit, nothing much. This you have to do this for audit. And like again, I'm repeating, don't follow any of the faculty's material for audit, because this time if you see the faculty's videos on YouTube, they have itself said that these content were not present in their mat. So never fall prey, because you cannot predict ICI. If ICI again gives this November attempt papers now, you can never predict ICI. What
Yes.
was November attempt was an entire blunder. So you can never ever predict ICI.
November attempt. Oh my God. It was a very difficult attempt. I heard from everyone who gave the paper. It was damn different.
Because
Okay.
there was nothing from MTPs, RTPs past year. There was nothing from there. So it was, and ICI has framed all the questions new one. Especially in audit, every question was new.
Right. And you scored 81 in
So
it.
be thorough with the module. That is the only thing.
That's really great. And about IBS.
So IBSC again, it's a matter like how well you study the ICI module. It's again the matter that how well you are prepared about ICI module.
Hmm.
See, it is also about strategically choosing the question which you want to attempt. See, if I talk about November 24 attempt, there was a case study. The first case study had a computation of total income, that to international taxation part for only 5 marks. Now here
Okay.
you need to know that. So here you need to know that if you attempt that part, there is greater chances of you losing the marks, because
Yes.
it is a big question and we cannot be sure of the international taxation adjustments
Hmm.
at exam point of view. So that is about strategically choosing which question will give you more marks.
Right.
Like
Perfect.
if I, and also if I say like I did not have any difficulty in finding any answer. Like when I read the question, I was already sure कि ये यहाँ पे है, ये यहाँ पे है. So I had such hold of the module in my faculty's books, whichever I studied, कि मेरे को पता है आंसर का है.
Hmm. That's the trick.
So
Hmm.
like I completed my paper 15 minutes earlier of IBS. I had still 15 minutes left during the IBS paper. Like
यहाँ पे कुछ अलग ही चीज हो रहा है गाइस आई एम लिसनिंग completely like other kind of reviews for IBS paper. Yeah, you go ahead, Nandini. Hmm.
and like as I said कि SPOM को भी like don't take it lightly, because it will carry. I said it is not asking any difficult question in the MCQ. So it will be definitely asking you in IBS. That is what IBS is made for.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
be very sure when you are giving the SPOM paper, don't give it from the MCQ compilation, because ultimately it will be causing you blunder in IBS.
Right.
And like also what they did in this attempt IBS, they asked theory from AFM in IBS. So AFM theory
Okay.
is a very, very important. You should
Hmm.
not ignore theory of any subject. Like what I did in AFM also, I completed the entire theory, especially the newly added ones in every
Okay.
chapter.
Okay.
because I knew if the ICA is if the ICA is not asking in AFM, that does not mean that ICA will not ask in IBS also. ICA has still a
Perfect.
paper left in IBS.
Yes, yeah, whatever
So
they have
whatever
left in the main papers, they will take
uh,
it into the final paper.
they take it in IBS.
Hmm.
So we should not like we got a question about distressed securities in IBS. So no one in the entire class was able to figure out कि ये कहाँ से आया. Only I was the one जिसको पता था कि ये कहाँ से है, because I had done the theory portion comprehensively. So
Hmm.
like ये है ना कि I found it and I shared with everyone. So everyone in my class wrote the answer about distressed securities. So like na it is very important. And also one more thing, जैसे if you know the answer of some numerical portion ना, don't waste time in looking for the answer in the book.
हाँ, सीधा
Like there
सीधा
was a
सॉल्व करो.
question about
हम्म.
हाँ सीधा सीधा solve करो.
हाँ.
So
हम्म.
what happened in our exam room, that many there was a question about money market hedge and forward cover hedge
हाँ,
for
यस.
AFM. So
हम्म.
what people were doing, they were searching word for word, number by number in the book. So
हम्म.
वो तो नहीं मिलेगा ना, obviously same तो कभी नहीं मिलेगा.
They will change the
So
number. हम्म.
हाँ, they will change the number. So like you have studied the entire AFM, you know the concepts very well, how to solve it. So why to look the same in the book and waste time? So
Right.
what I did, I knew the way of solving, so I solved it by myself, and it did not take more than 5 minutes to solve that question.
Perfect.
But by
Perfect.
wasting the time looking into the book, and also like if I talk about one more question on audit, so they have mixed up two concepts in audit. Once they mixed the professional ethics part along with another standards on engagements part. That was not also, so they mixed two standards. Like by reading the question, I knew where the first question was from, and like they have added about the UDIN guidelines in the second part. So I also knew the UDIN guidelines clause and the chapter number. So I did not waste time again looking into it. I wrote it by myself because I know what it is. So
Perfect.
ICI, what they did in IBS this time, they only combined questions from here and there. You just know how to put the answer together in your own words.
Bas.
Don't waste time looking for entire answers in the book.
So ultimately, how many books did you take to the exam hall? Everyone is carrying a trolley. I've seen the reels and everything. Like people are trolling, like, what? We are going on a vacation to the exam hall. So how many books did you take for the IBS exam?
Like I took all the books only. Like, but I honestly say I also took the index, but nothing was useful. Like
Hmm.
you can say that some of the coaching materials was useful, and I mainly the ICI module was useful. If you know to find the answer in ICI module, it is of great help. मतलब मॉड्यूल से मत भागो. You should always stick to module any day. Like everything will be from the module only.
Right. Perfect.
So that was the
In
entire exam.
audit, how much time did you take to complete the paper?
No audit. There was no time left. Like I just completed in
You
time.
wrote the 100 marks, right? You didn't leave anything,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you
Full
attempted
interview.
100, you
And like
got 81.
from that, no, like from that, my two MCQs were wrong. So I
Okay.
lost 4 marks in that.
Okay. Otherwise, it would have been 85. Okay, so so coming to your Saina, guys, Saina scored 79 nine in her FR and 85 in her AFM. Okay, like, and both of them, Nandini and Saina, both of them have exemption in DT paper, DT and international taxation, and IDT as well. So, Saina, take us through your FR and AFM subject preparation and like the strategies you used for both of these practical papers, and also DT IDT if you can highlight, because all are practical papers and I think you would be the perfect person to guide us. Yes, the stage is for you.
Uh, yeah, so since you all are CA student, and yeah, so numbers, we like numbers. So studying and
Hmm.
theory, it's quite boring for all of us. So
Hmm.
my target was, since practical is my strength, I will focus more on practical subject to improve my score, and side by
Hmm.
side I will focus on audit, so that yeah, just to manage the audit, it was a very boring, and yeah, it was a nightmare for me as well. ठीक है. So for practical during classes, as I mentioned, I have prepared the concept notes for AFM. But for FR, like I have referred the Bhavik Choksi sir book. So it
Hmm.
was well summarized, and so yeah, like I I didn't found any requirement to prepare the summary notes for FR. But while doing classes, what I did was like sir will explain the concept,
Hmm.
and then when he will just go on solving any question, I will pause the lecture. I will try to solve that question on my own, and then after
Okay.
solving, I will again resume the lecture to see how he is guiding us. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for
You
each
tested
and
there and
every
that
questions,
itself. At the first
like
stage of preparation itself, you tested yourself.
huh,
Great. Hmm.
yes, yes. So during the lectures itself, I will pause the class. I will solve it on my own, and then I will resume the lecture. So it might take 3 hours lecture. You might complete in 3.5 hours, 4 hours. So yeah, during those initial days, you might feel that it's taking more time, but anyways, it's very very helpful because at that time only you can identify that what are the areas or what are the points where you are lagging. And is there any gap
Hmm.
in the concept understanding? So for every
Hmm. Hmm.
practical subject, even though it's IDT, IDT, FR, AFM, every single questions I solved myself, like during the lectures.
Perfect. Hmm.
And then and then I mentioned about the concept notes. So this was my preparation during the uh, uh, at the time of lectures. So coming to the uh, our preparation leaves, okay.
Hmm.
So that was your focus time. So practical, I normally used to do it around like for during lunch hours, during at the night hours, okay, because practical is my strength, and
Ah.
I don't want to waste my lunch hours or night hours. So I used to prefer like doing it during those times. And so, in practical, one most important thing which I will like to highlight was giving alternate answers and giving some assumptions in your exam paper. So, like what I did is during my exam, I have completed my exam like for every exam, I have some 10-15 minutes left for me for all the subject.
Hmm.
And for practical, what I used to do is I will just solve the one main answer which I think that it is correct for the question. I will just write that answer, and I will leave some space after that answer, and I will move to the next question. And then later on, like I have some 15-20 minutes left. So during those times, I will think that what can be the alternate answers and what can be the
Is
assumptions, and I will just try to I have just mentioned n number of assumptions and alternate answers in my practical subjects because, as you know, right, there are so many ambiguous questions in
ah.
AFM, etc. So in practical subject, so I have mentioned the alternate answers and assumptions everywhere
You
possible.
have like people are like लोगों को मतलब time का दिक्कत हो रहा है and here you are having time to brainstorm alternative answers like guys completely different perspective I'm hearing for the first time. This is too good, Saina. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And during the preparation time, so just try to identify the questions like which you
Hmm.
have to revise on your last date. So just shortlist the
Hmm.
questions. And I will just mention one more thing. Like for example, FRA या AFMF. You did one chapter. So what was my strategy is like I will, for example, मैंने chapter 1 का theory मतलब जो भी concept है वो पढ़ा, and then मैंने chapter 2 का concept पढ़ा, and then I will come back to solve chapter 1 questions. बिकॉज माई माइंडसेट वाज अभी मैंने कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ा है, अभी मैं क्वेश्चन करूंगी तो वो तो मेरे से बन ही जाएगा, ठीक है। सो
Hmm.
मेरा टारगेट ये रहता था मैं एक चैप्टर पढ़ूंगी, तुरंत उसका क्वेश्चन नहीं करूंगी, दूसरा चैप्टर पढ़ने के बाद पहले चैप्टर का क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करूंगी। सो
Okay.
पूरा मेरा लाइक पूरा प्रिपरेशन मेरा ऐसा होता था, ऐसा एक बार के साथ तुम 2 बार रिवाइज कर सकते हो। फर्स्ट जब तुम
Yes.
कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़ रहे हो, एंड सेकेंड
Hmm.
वाइल सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस, देन यू कैन जस्ट टेस्ट कि हाँ कौन कौन से पॉइंट्स है जो तुम भूल रहे हो, ठीक है।
Right.
सो
Right.
क्योंकि बहुत नॉर्मल है, तुम अभी अगर कॉन्सेप्ट पढ़े हो तो अभी तो क्वेश्चन बन ही जाएगा।
हाँ.
सो
You
जस्ट
are
ट्राई
testing
टू
your memory actually.
रीड द
Hmm.
कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नेक्स्ट चैप्टर।
Hmm.
हाँ, जस्ट यू हैव टू गिव प्रेशर, यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस द रिकॉलिंग थिंग्स फर्स्ट। मतलब
Yes.
आंसर्स आता है बट तुम्हें एग्जाम के समय पे रिकॉल करना है कि कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है इसका, ठीक
Hmm.
है। सो ये मतलब प्रिपरेशन के टाइम पे ये मेरा स्ट्रेटेजी था कि एक चैप्टर में मतलब बाद में करूंगी सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व, एंड लाइक फ्रिक्वेंटली हम प्रैक्टिकल में, देखो थ्योरी में क्या होता है, यू कैन जस्ट रिवाइज थ्रू नोट्स, लाइक यू विल जस्ट गो थ्रू, ऊपर ऊपर से हेडिंग्स देख लिया एंड ऑल, बट प्रैक्टिकल में हम सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं कर पाते मल्टीपल टाइम्स. So for practicals, what I used to do is, I will just try to revise the concepts. If like questions बार बार रिवाइज करना पॉसिबल नहीं है, कॉन्सेप्ट्स बार बार रिवाइज करो. लाइक तुम्हारा 3-4 चैप्टर हो गया, उसके बाद जस्ट ट्राई टू रिवाइज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ फर्स्ट चैप्टर. ऐसा इन बिटवीन चलता रहेगा. फर्स्ट रिविजन का मतलब ये नहीं है कि तुमने एक बार पढ़ा है. सी द नंबर ऑफ रिविजन डजेंट मैटर, द क्वालिटी मैटर्स. ठीक है.
यस,
आईसीआई को नहीं पता है कि तुम 4 बार पढ़ के आए हो या तुम एक बार पढ़ के आए हो, उनको आंसर से मतलब है. ठीक है.
बस।
तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि तुमने क्या पढ़ा है. एंड एक रिविजन के बाद भी द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज तुम कितना रिकॉल कर पा रहे हो. और
राइट।
रिकॉल करने के लिए तुम्हें ये आदत डालनी पड़ेगी रिकॉल करने की. सो इसलिए मैंने ये स्ट्रेटेजी फॉलो किया था कि बाद में प्रैक्टिकल सॉल्व करना है एंड मल्टीपल टाइम्स कॉन्सेप्ट रिवाइज करना है. एंड आई हैव प्लान 2 रिविजन्स फॉर माय स्टडी लीव्स एंड 2 मॉक टेस्ट, मतलब एक रिविजन के बाद एक मॉक टेस्ट वैसा.
Okay.
सो दिस वाज माय.
Acha. So for all the
हाँ,
papers you wrote, like how many mock tests ultimately you wrote for all the papers?
ऑडिट के लिए एक भी नहीं, क्योंकि ऑडिट मेरा कभी खत्म ही नहीं हुआ. ठीक है. सो लाइक बाकी सारे पेपर के लिए मैंने 2 मॉक टेस्ट दिए एंड ऑडिट मेरा खत्म नहीं हुआ. एंड फॉर डीटी आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन, जब मैंने पहला मॉक टेस्ट दिया तो मेरा 37 आया था डीटी में.
अरे
एंड
यार।
आई क्राइड लाइक एनीथिंग. ठीक है.
पता
मॉक
है।
टेस्ट के टाइम पे जब 37 आया, आई कॉल्ड माय पेरेंट्स कि पता नहीं क्या करूंगी. एंड देन माय फाइनल स्कोर वाज 74
70,
इन
yeah,
डीटी.
yeah.
74 or 73, मे बी
73,
इट्स समथिंग अराउंड
73, the
70s
reverse
में ही था.
number. You got 37 and you got 73 in your paper. I have your mark sheet in front of me.
हाँ.
हाँ.
सो देखो इसमें क्या होता है, आई विल जस्ट टेल यू व्हाट आर द मिस्टेक्स व्हिच आई हैव मेड ड्यूरिंग माय मॉक टेस्ट.
Okay.
मॉक टेस्ट, एक तो तुम्हारा जो भी डर है वो निकल जाएगा मॉक टेस्ट के टाइम पे.
Hmm.
ठीक है. एंड डीटी में मेनली, सो सीइंग द मॉक टेस्ट पेपर, आई वाज क्वाइट नर्वस. ठीक है. लाइक 1.5 घंटे के बाद ही, 1.5-2 घंटे के बाद आई वाज लाइक नहीं लिखती, पास तो होना ही नहीं है. मीन्स इवन आई वाज नॉट, इवन आई डिडंट ट्राई टू कंप्लीट द पेपर. मतलब जो आता है वो भी मुझे लिखने को मन नहीं किया, बिकॉज आई वाज लाइक छोड़ना,
Hmm.
पूरा बिगड़ ही चुका है. डोंट डू दिस. ठीक है. जो भी है गिव इट योर 100%. मॉक टेस्ट को भी एकदम प्रॉपर, लाइक टेक 3 आवर्स एंड गिव इट प्रॉपरली. ऐसा नहीं कि बस रफ में लिखा, बस कैलकुलेट कर लिया कैलकुलेटर में. डोंट डू सच थिंग्स, because time matters. And when you will write mock test, then you will get to know your writing speed, your calculation speed. एंड सी देखो एक और चीज क्या होता है, जब अपन रिवाइज करते हैं तो एक चैप्टर रिवाइज करते हैं, बट जब हम मॉक टेस्ट लिखते हैं उसमें 10 चैप्टर से क्वेश्चन है.
Hmm.
हर क्वेश्चन के बाद तुम्हारा माइंड स्विच करना चाहिए
Yes.
कि इसमें क्या
Yes.
कॉन्सेप्ट है, इसमें क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है. ठीक
Yes.
है. उसमें जो टाइम जाता है हमें वो टाइम सेव करना है. तो
Hmm.
वो कैसे करोगे, एक तो मॉक टेस्ट के थ्रू. ऑल्सो व्हाट आई डिड इज, मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम रिवाइजिंग 7th चैप्टर, तो
Hmm.
ऐसे ही बुक रैंडम कोई भी पेज ओपन किया, जो भी क्वेश्चन दिखा वो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने का कोशिश किया, जो मैंने पहले 6 रिवाइज किए हुए हैं. मतलब
Hmm.
ऐसा कि जस्ट टू थिंक कि मैंने पढ़ा है तो वो मुझे कितना याद है. 90% ऑफ टाइम तुमसे नहीं बनेगा. ठीक है.
Because
बट
sudden switch
जस्ट बी
and
ग्रेटफुल
suddenly,
कि
yeah.
अच्छा है तुमसे नहीं बना, और तुम्हें ये एग्जाम के पहले पता चल गया कि ये तुमसे नहीं बन रहा है.
Right,
ठीक है.
right, right, yeah.
जो भी चीज नहीं होगा ना, उसको जस्ट टेक पॉजिटिवली कि ठीक है मुझे ये पहले पता चल गया. ऑल्सो
Hmm.
वन मोर थिंग विच आई वुड लाइक टू एड, एफआर हमारा पहला पेपर होता है. ठीक है.
Hmm.
एंड सेकंड वाज एएफएम.
Hmm.
सो एफआर के जस्ट पहले, ऑडिट तो पढ़ते रहते हैं ठीक है 2-3 घंटे सुबह, बट एफआर
Hmm.
के जस्ट पहले आई हैव कंप्लीटेड 50 to 60% ऑफ एएफएम, लाइक सम फ्यू
Okay.
चैप्टर्स. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एफआर मेरा स्टार्ट होने वाला है 1st of November फॉर एग्जांपल, तो 5 दिन तुम पहले छोड़ दो, उसके बाद मैंने एएफएम का कंप्लीट कर लिया था 50-60% चैप्टर्स. एंड मेरा टारगेट ये था कि वो 1.5 डेज में, इवन दो आई विल नॉट लुक एट दिस चैप्टर्स, आई विल बी एबल टू मैनेज दिस. क्योंकि वो
Hmm.
जस्ट मतलब अभी मैंने एएफएम पढ़ा, फिर मैंने एफआर का एग्जाम दिया, फिर एएफएम का पेपर है. सो
Hmm.
ये जो सेकंड वाला सब्जेक्ट है ना, उस पे तुम ये एडवांटेज ले सकते हो. उसके बाद
Hmm.
तो हमें रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा
करना
1.5
पड़ेगा।
डेज में, बट
Hmm.
सेकंड सब्जेक्ट में हम ये एडवांटेज ले सकते हैं.
Yes.
एंड एएफएम में लाइक नंदिनी सेड, उसने पूरा ये थ्योरी पूरा पढ़ा था.
हम्म
आई वॉज
हम्म
नॉट सच पर्सन बिकॉज थ्योरी वॉज नॉट माई थिंग. आई जस्ट ट्राई टू थ्योरी जितना कम हो सके उतना अच्छा. बट हाँ, छोड़ के नहीं जाना था क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकल सब्जेक्ट में ही हमारा मतलब
हम्म
स्ट्रेंथ है कि उसमें हम आगे और स्कोर कर सकते हैं. सो
हम्म
उसमें थ्योरी मैंने एक पीडीएफ है यार. आदित्य जैन सर आई थिंक. हाँ, मैंने उनका पीडीएफ एक था सम थर्टी
ओके
40 पेज का था एएफएम का थ्योरी
हम्म
का पीडीएफ. सो हाँ, आई हैव रेफर्ड दोस. एंड मैंने कभी भी ये टारगेट नहीं किया कि मुझे 100% सिलेबस कवर करना है. अगर 95% भी होगा तो ठीक है. अगर मैं 95 का भी अटेंड करूंगी तो 90 आ जाएगा, बहुत है. मतलब जस्ट ट्राई टू टेक थिंग्स पॉजिटिवली एंड नेवर एवर कंपेयर योरसेल्फ विथ योर पियर्स, योर फ्रेंड्स. उनका 2 रिवीजन हो गया
बिगेस्ट
है, उनका 3 रिवीजन
बिगेस्ट
हो गया है.
पॉइंट या
हाँ, मेरा अभी तक पहला ही चल रहा है. बिकॉज यू देखो, आई आई ऑलवेज एम्फसाइज ऑन क्वालिटी. ठीक है.
हम्म
मतलब मैं मेरे को एक सब्जेक्ट करने में 15 दिन लगा, हो सकता है उसको
हम्म
10 दिन लगा, हो सकता
हम्म
है वो 4 रिवीजन करें. हर
हम्म
किसी का कैपेबिलिटी अलग है, हर किसी का स्ट्रेंथ अलग है, वीकनेस
राइट
अलग है. अपना खुद का प्लान बनाओ. ट्राई टू स्टिक टू दोस प्लान्स. ठीक है. बट डोंट कंपेयर योरसेल्फ, बिकॉज इट विल जस्ट create burden, it will just create stress, anxiety, nothing else. It's not going to help. ठीक है. So during the preparation leaves, I will suggest keep your circle small, but
हम्म
keep those positive peoples around you.
या
Yeah, so
हु डोंट
like you will
unnecessarily
stay
influence
motivated, you will
या
stay positive. हाँ, मतलब पॉजिटिव रहना बहुत जरूरी है. मेहनत हर कोई करता है. ठीक है. ऐसा मेहनत हर कोई करता है. बट तुम्हें पॉजिटिव रहोगे देन यू विल बी एबल टू एडेप्ट मोर. तुम्हें कॉन्सेप्ट्स इजीली समझ में आएगा, तुम्हारा कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा, तुम्हारा कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा, फोकस बढ़ेगा. सो स्टे पॉजिटिव, फोकस ऑन योर मेंटल हेल्थ एंड डेडिकेट सम 10-15 minutes to yoga और एक्सरसाइज एज वेल. बिकॉज दिन भर बैठ के पढ़ाई करना, जल्दी खाना, मतलब मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ कि
हम्म
बाकी चीजों को भी थोड़ा फोकस करना है अपार्ट फ्रॉम स्टडीज. बिकॉज
यस
they also play most of the important role in your
राइट
final paper.
So, yeah, I think
Yeah.
we had a very detailed discussion of all the CA final papers. That was very much needed. And you guys covered the strategies, revision strategies, also how you dealt with your 1.5 day as well. Nandini,
Yeah.
can you just play switch on your video? Yeah. So, just give me a like Ruchi has asked one important question. I have to take this now. Syllabus कब तक complete हो जाना चाहिए? Like what was your revision period? Like how many months you guys revised? 3 or 4 months? Like कितना था? कब तक क्लासेस खत्म कर दिए थे? You
I would
unmuted.
always suggest that complete the revision, complete your classes as soon as possible,
Hmm.
because you have to plan for the contingencies as well. Like I
Hmm.
had a major contingency. Someone's mic is on, not mute.
Yeah, guys, just
हाँ.
mute yourself, please. Hmm. You go ahead. Hmm.
You know? We also need to plan for some of the contingencies, because I had a major contingency of not getting leaves. So like
Hmm.
you need to plan beforehand. So it
Hmm.
will be better the earlier you complete your classes. Ideally, like you should keep your entire uh, leave time, whatever you get for your revision. You should not be indulged with classes during that time. So try to
Hmm.
complete your classes as early as possible. Like I did it very early, so I got considerable period of time to revise also. Both as I did not have any official leaves for that, so you have to manage with the situation you are having. So it is
Hmm.
different for everyone. Ideally, I
Yes.
would say like complete at least before 7 to 8 months, so that at least you have 7 to 8 months for revising. If you are not able
Seven
to
to eight
revise with
months.
office, at least in the leave time you will able to revise that.
Right. So seven to
So
eight months you would ideally recommend, and the best answer is like जितना जल्दी हो जाए उतना जल्दी खत्म कर दो
हाँ,
classes.
जितना
Like
जल्दी, हाँ.
just don't wait. मुझे मेरे पास और 1.5 year है, like और 1 year
हाँ.
है. Don't go with that attitude, guys. I'm saying you. Saina, how much would you recommend? Like as per you, how many
Uh,
months did you have, and how much would you recommend?
I have 3 months of exam leaves. ठीक है. सो
Okay.
मेरा तो हमेशा ही मैंने बताया कि मतलब तीन महीने एग्जाम नहीं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरा एग्जाम मई में था एंड
हम्म।
दिसंबर तक मेरे नॉर्मल क्लासेस खत्म हो गए थे वन टाइम, ठीक है, बट देयर वर
ओके।
सम अमेंडमेंट्स इन एएफएम
हाँ।
एंड इन ऑडिट फॉर May
हम्म।
24, so there was new syllabus. So that amendment lectures I covered with my office, and then I have
ओके।
3 months of exam leaves.
ओके।
So again, I will say one thing. Try to complete the lectures as early as possible. But अगर नहीं हो पाता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे मैंने बताया, मेरा क्लास का टाइम मेरे को ज्यादा लगता था बिकॉज मेरे क्लास का अप्रोच अलग था, ठीक है। तो अगर तुम्हारे कोई दोस्त का क्लास अगर बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो गया है, तुम्हारा नहीं हो रहा है, सो जस्ट
हम्म।
डोंट गेट स्कैर्ड कि मैं कैसे करूंगी, या फिर 6 महीने तो मुझे चाहिए ही था रिवीजन के लिए, मेरे पास नहीं है, हाउ विल आई डू। तुम्हारा अप्रोच अलग है, तुम्हें टाइम लग सकता है, ठीक है। So
यस।
just stick to your approach, and whatever time you have, utilize it perfectly. And for example, जैसे मेरे पास 3 months थे, there were some of my friends they have 6 months. जब मैं स्टार्ट कर रही थी उनका ऑलरेडी 2 रिवीजन हो चुका था, ठीक है।
हम्म।
ऐसे भी बहुत सिनेरियोज आएंगे, बट हाँ, जस्ट अगेन डोंट कंपेयर। 3 months थे मेरे पास, जितने भी हो ट्राई करना जितना जल्दी हो सके, बट अगर नहीं भी हो पाता है, आई विल नेवर रिकमेंड कि तुम बस क्लास खत्म करने के लिए कर रहे हो, ठीक है, कि
हाँ।
मुझे 6 महीने का एग्जाम लीव चाहिए, अभी मेरे पास 2 महीने हैं, 2 महीने में मुझे समझ आया नहीं आया, मैंने रिवाइज किया नहीं किया, बस मुझे क्लास खत्म करना है, ऐसा मत
हम्म।
करना।
हम्म।
6 की जगह 4 मिले, 5 मिले, जस्ट ट्राई टू कंप्लीट। जो भी तुम कर रहे हो वो अच्छे से करो।
राइट।
एंड ठीक है,
effectiveness is
3 महीने
ultimately
तो
very
मेरे को मिले
important.
थे, बट 3 महीने तो चाहिए यार, उससे कम में थोड़ा मुश्किल
हाँ,
होगा, ऐसा मुझे
तीन
लगा।
महीना
हाँ,
में तो चाहिए होगा। 3 महीना में आपने कितना रिविजन्स किया है? सिक्स
दो
सेवन
रिवीजन किया था मैंने।
सॉरी, हाउ मेनी?
हाँ, हाँ, मतलब 2 रिवीजन किया
अच्छा,
था।
दो
क्या?
रिविजन, सॉरी। ओके, यू सेड टू, राइट?
हाँ, हाँ,
आई
नहीं, नहीं,
थॉट आई
दो
थॉट
रिवीजन
आई हर्ड 9।
मतलब, अरे नहीं, नहीं। मतलब my study hours in a day in preparation leaves also, it is 9.5 hours per day,
हम्म।
like maximum.
हम्म।
Like it's never 12, 13 also, no. It's 9.5 hours. Since foundation till finals, it was consistent, 9.5 hours.
ग्रेट।
Consistency is the key for me.
Key. So yeah, so consistency. So we have one very important question. Uh, so Suhani has asked and Sana also asked regarding motivation. How you guys maintained your motivation for for that long duration of period of years, like for 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, whatever. Motivation. Then how did you maintain your consistency? Then if you felt demotivated and if you felt your consistency is out of the track, how did you pull yourself back? So, how did you maintain your focus? So, everything into one answer. So, Nandini, you can go ahead with that, with the answer. How did you maintain your consistency?
Okay, so if I talk about motivation, my entire motivation was my family, my parents, because it was their dream. And like I am not that financially sound. Also, we are not that financially sound. So I always had a motivation. Like I am the single child of my parents. I do not have
Okay.
any siblings. So it was always that कि हमको ही करना है जो भी करना है. So it worked as a great motivation for me because I
Hmm.
used to see the hardships which my parents face every day. Like they are doing everything for me, na. So it is also something. It is also my duty to give them back something. So I always wanted to do this because it was my mother's dream. So that was my major motivation. Like also there was great demotivation when I did not get leaves. I cried so much. But you need to have that one flicker ना कि clear करने के बाद सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. It's only
Right.
the matter of time. Like
Yes.
after I have cleared CA, I do not have any pressure now. I have secured a good job, and like
Yes.
now life seems sorted.
Yeah.
So you need to always focus on the life after CA. That will always keep you motivated. Like after clearing exams, you will have everything. You can easily go out with friends. You can hang out. You can go to movies. Anything you want.
Yeah,
You can
true.
travel.
Yes.
No, so you need to see the afterlife. It will always
Yes.
give you motivation. And
Perfect
also
answer. Hmm.
like also what Saina said, no, you have a close group of friends, but the positive ones only who can make you feel motivated. I also have one or two friends. So whenever I was demotivated, I used to talk to them. And also like
Hmm.
my parents are very, very supportive. So whenever I felt demotivated, I always shared everything with my parents. So they used to give me strength, and I
Hmm.
always believe that my parents are my greatest strength. So no, I did everything for them. So this was my motivation.
Yeah.
And regarding consistency, I would say that see, if you have any goal to achieve ना, consistency comes from within. कि ये करना है तो
Automatically.
करना है. No, you need to be very clear. Yes, you need to be very clear about your aim. Set an aim and work harder for that. क्योंकि वो aim achieve होने के बाद ना life तुम्हारी बहुत sorted है.
Yes.
So इसीलिए ना work for that aim. You will you will automatically be consistent.
Yes. Right. Saina, any points you would like to add?
Yeah, so for me the motivation was like, देखो मैं ना थोड़ा अलग अप्रोच फॉलो करती हूँ, ठीक है? अगर
हाँ हाँ
तुम्हें पढ़ना अच्छा लगता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल
हाँ।
किसी को पढ़ना नहीं पसंद है, ठीक है? तो नहीं पसंद है तो यही चीज बार बार तो नहीं करनी है, ठीक है? तो अभी
Yes.
पढ़ के एक बार में ऐसा पढ़ो कि दोबारा पढ़ना ना पड़े, ठीक है?
Hmm.
बट
Hmm.
मेरे साथ ऐसा कभी होता नहीं था, मेरे को पढ़ना अच्छा लगता था, ठीक है? मेरा मोटिवेशन ये था कि अगर कोई चीज को करना है तो उस पे अपना 100% दो एंड देन करो, और अगर नहीं करना है तो छोड़ दो। जस्ट
Hmm.
डोंट स्टे इन बिटवीन, कि
Right.
मतलब कोई भी चीज में ना एवरेज नहीं होना है, या तो एकदम अपरम पार करना है या तो फिर छोड़ दो, ठीक है?
छोड़ दो। Hmm.
देयर विल बी डेज जब तुम्हें पढ़ने को मन नहीं करेगा, टेक ब्रेक। ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें हर दिन 12-12 घंटे पढ़ना है, नहीं, ब्रेक्स लो, ठीक है? Just one important thing, you can lie to your friends, you can lie to your parents, you can lie to your siblings, brothers, sisters, but never lie to yourself,
Oh
ठीक
my
है?
God, next
रात
level.
को सोने से पहले अपने आप से हर दिन सवाल पूछती थी, क्या आज मैंने अपना 100% दिया? क्या आज मैंने सही में, मतलब मेरा जो एम है, क्या मैंने उसे पाने के लिए आज शिद्दत से मेहनत की? तुम बहुत दिन ऐसे आएंगे, देन यू विल फील कि नहीं यार आज नहीं किया। एंड सेल्फ अवेयरनेस इज अ थिंग, यू विल नो कि तुमने किया है या तुमने नहीं किया है, ठीक है? नेवर एवर लाई टू योरसेल्फ। कई बार होगा कि तुम्हें लगेगा कि नहीं नहीं किया है, ठीक है, अच्छा है, पता चल गया नहीं किया, कल थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करना, ठीक है?
Yes.
अपने आप से झूठ मत बोलना। जस्ट डेली कीप इट ट्रैक, लाइक रात को बना के सो जाओ कि मुझे अगले दिन क्या करना है। जस्ट कीप
Hmm.
थिंग्स हैंडी। आई एम ए अर्ली राइजर, ठीक है? मैं 5, साढ़े 5, 6 बजे उठती थी जब भी। एंड देन आई प्रैक्टिस मेडिटेशन फॉर माय पीस ऑफ माइंड एंड फॉर पॉजिटिवनेस। आई एम एन लाइक ओवरली पॉजिटिव
Now I
पर्सनैलिटी, ठीक है?
understand where does your focus and energy comes from, guys. Meditation works like anything. It brings you a lot of energy. I personally like I have the experience of doing meditation and everything, so I know how much energy it stimulates
Yeah.
within your mind. Yeah.
I practiced meditation like since my foundation days. So without meditation, I never start my day. ठीक है? And just be grateful for each and everything. ठीक है?
Right.
सुबह उठो, be grateful कि तुमने पढ़ाई किया, be grateful कि तुम healthy हो, be grateful कि तुम पढ़ाई कर पा रहे हो, ठीक है? And रात को तुम्हारा टारगेट है 10 घंटे, घंटे सी, कभी भी अपने टारगेट को आवर्स में मत रखना, दैट आई हैव टू स्टडी 12 आवर्स, आई हैव टू स्टडी 15 आवर्स। कीप योर टारगेट्स विथ चैप्टर्स और मे बी
Yes.
सब्जेक्ट्स, कि मुझे इतने
Output.
चैप्टर्स कवर करने हैं,
Hmm.
ठीक है? हाँ, आउटपुट पे फोकस करना, आवर्स पे नहीं।
Hmm.
कभी भी किसी और को दिखाने के लिए मत पढ़ो, घर वाले को दिखाने के लिए नहीं। जस्ट स्टडी
Right.
फॉर योर सेल्फ, ठीक है?
Right.
एंड जितना भी टाइम पढ़ रहे हो, 9 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, 8 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, जितना भी टाइम पढ़ रहे हो, फुल फोकस के साथ पढ़ो। एंड जस्ट
Hmm.
ट्राई टू कीप स्मॉल ब्रेक्स इन बिटवीन, 5 मिनट्स, 10 मिनट्स। और वो ब्रेक्स में प्लीज 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 डोंट यूज फोन्स। फोन क्या होता है, जब भी लाइक ब्रेक होता है, जस्ट टू कीप योर माइंड काम, जस्ट टू गेट सम पॉजिटिविटी, ठीक है? बट फोन पे क्या होता है, इफ यू विल थिंक यू विल जस्ट टेक ए 5 मिनट ब्रेक, इट विल जस्ट गो ऑन लाइक 15, 20, 30 minutes,
पता नहीं चलेगा
you will
फिर।
not even realize.
हाँ।
And then when you will just come back to study again, you will not even feel fresh, like it will just
हाँ।
drain out your energy. So
हम्म।
don't use phones for breaks. So I would say my screen time was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in a day for during my preparation leaves.
You are completely
I was very addicted to Instagram Reels, so I have, yeah. Like I have uninstalled that app, and
Great. Great.
during my those days, my screen time
Mm.
was very less because whenever I like to take break, like I will just go out on a walk, I will listen to some motivational songs,
Mm.
and
Music
yeah,
works.
like I will talk to my parents, my friends, and just yeah, just keep surrounded with positive peoples around you and don't compare
Mm.
yourself. So just believe in yourself. You are meant for something special and you are different from others. So don't try to copy others. Don't try to copy someone else's strategy. Prepare your own, stick to it, and yeah, you will do wonders.
Yeah. So, for both of
Okay,
you, there
so
are some
one
questions
thing,
in the chat box. Uh,
Sai, I'd
like,
like to add
Yeah.
one thing.
yeah, yeah, you go ahead. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so like now you should always try to manifest your success. Like manifestation really works
True.
great. So
Yes.
try to manifest your success. Like say I have passed my CA exams. I have passed my CA exams with rank. Whatever it is your strategy, manifest a lot because that really works. Because you are ultimately sending positive vibrations to the universe, and it will definitely work in your favor. So
Yes.
do manifest a lot. Be thankful to God, as Saina said, and everything will definitely work in your favor.
That is so positive, Nandini. Thank you for adding that point. And there are some questions in the chat box. I will definitely take them up, guys. But before that, I would like to ask both of you regarding your MDP experience. So whoever scores rank in the final, they get invited to MDP from ICAI Management Development Program. So it is one of the dream for a CA student to go. And I want both of you
Yeah.
to share your experience because that will motivate the audience more and that will really motivate. So, Saina, can you just share your experience and then Nandini?
Actually,
Yeah.
Sai, I was not able to join MDP program
Okay,
due to some family circumstances. So I
okay,
was not
okay,
able to speak on that.
okay, no worries. Okay, Saina, you can share your experience.
Yeah, so MDP, like I would definitely say it was once in a lifetime experience, and every CA student should aim it at least, ठीक है. टारगेट तो करो, होगा नहीं होगा देखेंगे, बट टारगेट तो करो, ठीक है.
हाँ,
And so it's like a personality development program, you can say, an advanced version of MCS. So the
okay,
most important is you will be surrounded with like-minded people. ठीक
yes.
है.
All the
Everyone is
top
a ranker
15
there.
meritorious students of the country are there
Yeah.
with you, and that's really irreplaceable. Yeah.
So, like during those days, we all are together and we all help each other in preparing our CVs and in applying to the companies. So, like our classes, our training. So it was like it's a 10 days program and 8
Hmm.
days was in Center of Excellence Hyderabad, and the
Okay.
professors they are from ISB Hyderabad, and
Okay.
2 days we got to spend in the ISB itself. So
Oh,
it was the
nice.
yeah, it was an amazing experience, and you will get to know that, like for example, at least for me, जब रैंक आया तो हर कोई बोलता है ना कि बहुत मतलब बहुत अच्छा है, तुमने तीनों लेवल पे रैंक लाया ये वो. But when you will get to meet those peoples and the circumstances they had and in what
Hmm.
situations they have secured a rank, for example, Nandini C had secured a rank with just 1 month
Hmm.
of preparation leave. So just you will
Hmm.
get to know about the reality that मतलब कैसे कैसे लोग हैं, कैसे कैसे सिचुएशन में उन्होंने इतना कुछ अचीव किया है, and you will definitely get some motivation, and also like it's a great source of networking, I would say. You will be getting a chance to network with such a huge number of other rankers, and then also like spending those 2 days at ISB meeting the people's meeting the students from there itself, right, from which background they are, and yeah, it's an amazing experience, I would definitely say.
That is really motivating, and ISB is one of the topmost business schools in India. Like
Yeah.
it's really amazing
मतलब
place to
5
be.
बजे तक सेशंस होंगे, एंड देन उसके बाद सब साथ में ग्राउंड में बैठ के सीवी
Yeah.
बना रहे हैं, कंपनीज में
अरे
अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, एंड देन इट वाज जस्ट
nice.
ए हॉस्टल लाइफ, ठीक है, मतलब यू
Yeah.
आर नॉट अलाउड टू गो आउटसाइड ऑफ द कैंपस, एंड तो वो एक हॉस्टल लाइफ है एंड पढ़ाई करने को कुछ है नहीं, तो यू कैन थिंक कि कितने मजे होते होंगे।
Nice, nice, nice. So now
या
let's start taking the questions from the chat box. So Adarsh has a question. Kindly share some insights regarding preparing concept audio notes for practical. And so you said, right, Saina, you prepared concept audio notes for your audit.
हाँ,
So can you just give like the technique? How did you
yes.
prepare it?
So, like for like after revising one chapter completely, I would just scan through the main headings कि उसमें क्या क्या
Okay.
है, ठीक है। एंड देन हाँ, मतलब एक बार हमने देख लिया सब कुछ, पहले हमने पढ़कर सब समझ लिया, एंड देन जब एक बार देख लिया क्या क्या है, देन फिर मैंने ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड करके आई विल जस्ट स्टार्ट सेइंग द कॉन्सेप्ट्स। एंड while recording the audio, what I used to do was I will not look at books. I will just look at
Okay.
the main heading, and then I will just say on myself because it's audit. We need to revise the things.
Oh,
So
nice.
बस मैं टॉपिक लिखती थी हेडिंग, एंड देन आई विल जस्ट से ऑन माई सेल्फ वॉट एवर द स्ट्रेटेजी आई हैव, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल या न्यूमोनिक्स में वर्क, बट फॉर मी
Hmm.
द मेन थिंग इज लिंकिंग ऑफ द पॉइंट्स। अगर
Hmm.
6 पॉइंट है तो 6 को मैं लिंक करती थी, लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैसे बताऊं, मतलब जस्ट ट्राई टू लिंक, जैसे पहला
I
पॉइंट
got
है
it.
कहीं
Yeah,
पे
concept
आर्टिकल से
बता
खत्म
दिया.
हो रहा है, हाँ
Hmm.
दूसरे पे आर्टिकल स्टार्ट हो रहा है, जो ट्राई टू लिंक द थिंग्स। एंड देन जो भी तुमने लिंकेज बैठाया है या जो भी न्यूमोनिक्स है, जस्ट मेंशन इट इन द ऑडियो which will help you to revise those things.
Hmm.
So just try to recall it on your own rather than just reading it by looking at the book. It will not help much. Yeah,
Okay.
and just
Yeah.
you can just cross check with book once, but just try to record
I'm
it on your
honestly
own.
listening to this kind of tip for the first time, and this looks like absolutely like this will work. Like I can relate. I can see myself as a student and doing that, and it will 100% work.
Yeah.
And that is very good to do. That's a really good tip, Saina. And one more question is how to avoid the distraction like family issue or something else during the preparation time. Any experience like if you would have guys overcome it during your preparation time. Nandini, anything?
See, like I would like to say one thing
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Like during my inter days, like for
Hmm.
around 6 to 7 months, I was like due to some medical reasons, I was not able to study.
Okay.
ठीक है, 6 to 7 months straight, I was like unable to study. During
Hmm.
those time also, for that I was not prepared. ठीक है,
Hmm.
obviously तुम्हें नहीं पता होता है ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन आने वाला है, बट मैं ये क्यों बता रही हूँ, जस्ट टू फोकस ऑन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड।
I get it.
मतलब उस टाइम पे भी जब मैं पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाती थी और मैं हॉस्पिटल जा रही हूँ, आई आई यूज टू हियर सम ऑडियो नोट्स, आई यूज टू, मतलब देखो, जस्ट अगर कभी क्या होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक दिन तुम्हारा वेस्ट हो गया, ठीक है,
Hmm.
हम क्या करते हैं अगला दिन थोड़े गिल्ट में उसको और वेस्ट कर देते हैं कि यार कल का दिन
हाँ.
पढ़ाई नहीं हो पाया या कल हमने नहीं किया, ठीक है।
Yes.
या फिर आज का दिन है, आज सुबह से शाम पढ़ाई नहीं हुई, रात का टाइम हमारा गिल्ट में जा रहा है कि यार आज हमने पढ़ाई नहीं किया, आज हमने अपना बेस्ट नहीं दिया। तो जस्ट थिंक वन, मतलब ऐसा सोचो कि अगर मेरा एक दिन जा रहा है, आज का सपोज 75% टाइम जा चुका है, जस्ट थिंक कि चलो मेरा पूरा दिन गया, जो 25% टाइम है ना वो बोनस, ठीक है। पूरा लॉस हो चुका है तो जस्ट ट्राई टू रिकवर एज मच एज पॉसिबल। मतलब ऐसा सोचो कि छोड़ दो ना, मतलब जो जा
जो
चुका है उसको
हो गया
छोड़
वो
दो,
हो गया, अब
एंड
कुछ नहीं
सोचो
कर
जो मेरा
सकते.
बैलेंस टाइम है, हाँ लॉस तो मेरा पूरा हो चुका है, जो बैलेंस टाइम है उससे जितना हो सकता है मुझे रिकवर करना है।
Yes.
एक और चीज मैं बोलूंगी, एक एग्जाम के टाइम पे, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई एक पेपर आया,
Hmm.
एएफएम है या एफआर है, बहुत ज्यादा टफ है, ठीक है,
Hmm.
डोंट एक्सपेक्ट कि मुझे इसमें 60 लाना है। हम क्या होता है ना, नॉर्मली एक माइंडसेट बता रही हूँ, हम एग्जाम देने से पहले ही सोच कर जाते हैं कि मुझे ये पेपर में इतना स्कोर
इतना
करना है,
लाना है, हाँ.
मुझे ये पेपर में 70 लाना है, 80 लाना है, 60 लाना है, हम अपने टारगेट लेके चलते हैं। और पेपर एक आईसीआई, तो यू कांट प्रेडिक्ट, पेपर में कुछ सब कुछ अलग आता है, ठीक है। तो उस
Yes.
टाइम पे बहुत स्ट्रेस होता है, तो उस टाइम पे व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज डोंट एक्सपेक्ट एनीथिंग फ्रॉम योर पेपर, लाइक ना मुझे 40 60 कुछ भी नहीं, जस्ट थिंक हाँ पूरा जीरो, ठीक है, मुझे कुछ भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं है। नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट 3 आवर्स जो भी मैं इसमें से फेच कर सकती हूँ, आई हैव टू फेच, when your expectations are zero and you are just writing to fetch as much as possible, then you will be able to give your 100%. You will not
Right.
be burdened with your expectations and anxiety, which will help you in presenting your paper.
That's a really great perspective, Saina. Any points you would like to add, Nandini, for the distraction thing?
यस लाइक आई वुड लाइक टू से कि लाइफ है ना, तो डिस्ट्रैक्शंस तो होंगे ही, ऐसे तो नहीं है कि किसी का लाइफ में डिस्ट्रैक्शंस नहीं होते हैं.
Hmm.
So if I say that I too live in a joint family, so there is
Hmm.
always some distractions going on. We have a small child also in my family, so the distractions are on. And like कुछ रिलेटिव्स तो सबके ऐसे होते हैं ना, जो आप कुछ अच्छा करो तो भी कुछ बोलेंगे, कुछ खराब करो तो भी बोलेंगे, मतलब उनका हर चीज में बोलने का होता ही है.
Yes.
सो लाइक व्हेन आई वाज प्रिपेयरिंग ऑल्सो ना, यूज टू लिसन कि ये कहीं जाती आती नहीं है, इसको कहीं फैमिली फंक्शंस में नहीं देखते हैं, ये
Biggest
सिर्फ एक
point.
रूम में रहती है. So like you know, it's for every CA student. Like whoever is studying CA can get this, and
Hmm.
especially when you don't have limit, it is very important कि जो बचा है एटलीस्ट आप उसमें तो ठीक कर लो जो भी है. जो नहीं
Yes.
मिला वो तो नहीं मिला, बट एटलीस्ट द टाइम यू हैव, यू कैन गिव योर 100% इन दैट. So
Perfect.
you know ना, let the people speak anything they want. You should have only one goal कि मुझे ये करना है. I I also said in the beginning कि you have to
Hmm.
believe in yourself. To believe in yourself is the greatest thing that will lead you to success. Like think कि हम CA बन सकते हैं. That is the most important thing. No, people will always degrade you. The दुनिया ऐसा ही है कि वो कुछ भी बोलेगा तुमको आके. Like no,
Right.
but don't feel disheartened because the day you have your degree ना, everyone's ऐसे भी उन लोग सबका मुंह बंद हो जाता है. Like I also
Right.
heard many things during my preparation. So but when I secured the rank ना, the same people came and they were congratulating me. So
Congratulating.
ना, मतलब like distract, किसी भी चीज से distract मत हो, किसी भी चीज से hurt मत हो. Believe in God because he is seeing your struggles ना, so how can he not give you the fruit of that struggles ना. God is seeing everything. Even if people are saying something, let them say. Believe in God, believe in yourself.
Right. Perfect.
True, true.
Like मतलब ऐसे ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स निकल रहे हैं ना गाइस फ्रॉम नंदिनी एंड साइना लाइक दे कैन बी फ्रेम्ड एंड कोटेड समवेयर एकदम.
I would
So
like to add one more point.
yeah, yes.
Like during my inter days, as I mentioned that I was not well.
Hmm.
So in my cost paper, like I have just like somewhere around 4:15 मतलब
Hmm.
मैं बेहोश हो गई ठीक है. I got
Oh,
senseless because I was weak, I was not well, and I
okay.
couldn't attend the complete paper for my inter. I
Okay.
am saying
Hmm.
intermediate. I have just write some like I I didn't even remember कि मैंने कितने मार्क्स का अटेंड किया था, बट मैं 4 बजे सेंटर से बाहर आ गई. मतलब मैं उस टाइम
Okay.
लाइक आई गॉट सेंसलेस एंड देन दे गेव मी सम मेडिसिन्स वाटर एंड एवरीथिंग.
Hmm.
एंड देन फिर मैं पेपर से आ गई एंड देन आई वाज नॉट इन ए पोजीशन टू complete the paper also. I just
Hmm.
came out of the exam hall at 4 o'clock. Can you just imagine? एक तो
I
फाउंडेशन में रैंक
saw.
आने के बाद इतना स्ट्रेस था कि मुझे इंटर में
हाँ
रैंक लाना है.
हाँ.
And then coming out of the exam hall at
4.
4 p.m. and then I was crying like anything कि मैंने इतना मेहनत किया and then फिर अब मैं अटेंड नहीं कर पाई. I was unable to
Hmm.
complete the paper also. ठीक है, मेरी क्या
Hmm.
गलती थी ऐसा. And then because I was not well, my mother like she accompanied me with accompanied me to exam hall. She was outside the center and then while I came out like after some 15-20 minutes after taking the water and fruits, and then
Hmm.
she was like what happened and everything ठीक है.
Hmm.
एंड देन एट दैट टाइम आई थॉट आई विल ऑप्ट आउट बिकॉज उस टाइम कोविड का टाइम था. ऑप्ट आउट का वो
Hmm.
चल रहा था कि ऑप्ट आउट कर लूंगी क्योंकि 2 घंटा
Hmm.
पेपर मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि मैंने 40 मार्क का भी लिखा है या नहीं लिखा है. ठीक है, क्योंकि 3 घंटे में ही पेपर खत्म नहीं होता है तो यू
Yes.
कैन थिंक कि 2 घंटे में क्या लिखा होगा मैंने. हाँ, फिर मैं आ गई एंड देन माय मदर से मैंने मम्मी को बोला मम्मी अ, मतलब मेरे को रैंक मतलब रैंक लाना था. अब लोग बोलेंगे कि एक तो अटेम्प्ट स्किप किया फिर फेल हो गई. मतलब एक डर होता है ना. हम बोलते हैं लोगों का
I
मत
get it.
सोचो बट डर
Get
तो
it.
रहता है थोड़ा सा
रहता
कि
है.
फेल
Hmm.
तो नहीं होना है यार, एटलीस्ट पास हो जाए. रैंक तो भूल ही जाओ, पास हो जाए, वैसा रहता है. ठीक है.
Hmm.
एंड देन लाइक फिर मैं घर आने के बाद फिर मैंने सोचा पेपर नहीं दूंगी, एंड देन माय मदर इज लाइक वी डोंट वांट एनी रैंक और एनीथिंग, ठीक है। और जो भी होता है, अगर 40 भी आ जाएगा ना, इट्स मतलब बहुत ज्यादा है वो, जस्ट ट्राई टू कंप्लीट द पेपर, ठीक है, डोंट गिव अप, कंप्लीट द पेपर। कॉस्ट के दिन आकर तो मैंने कुछ पढ़ाई किया नहीं, मेरा आधा दिमाग ऐसे ही वो हो चुका था कि सब गया, ठीक है। उसके बाद मैंने पेपर लिखा विदाउट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशन कि मुझे रैंक लाना है या क्या। मेरे पापा मम्मी, मेरी फैमिली, उन्होंने कहा हमने देखा है तूने किस सिचुएशन में पढ़ाई किया है, ठीक है। सो इट डजेंट मैटर कि तुम पास हो रहे हो, तुम्हारा क्या रिजल्ट आ रहा है, जस्ट डोंट गिव अप नाउ, जस्ट ट्राई टू कंप्लीट द पेपर। एंड इंटरमीडिएट का जब रिजल्ट आने वाला था, आई वाज लाइक भगवान प्लीज कॉस्ट में पास करा देना, ठीक है, वो डर रहा था ना, भगवान बस प्लीज कॉस्ट में पास करा देना।
यस।
एंड देन जब रैंक आया तब तो इट वाज जस्ट सरियल एक्सपीरियंस, ठीक है। ये मैं इसलिए बोल रही हूँ कि मतलब गिव अप नहीं करना है कभी भी,
यस।
जस्ट ट्रस्ट ऑन योर प्रोसेस कि तुमने मेहनत किया है तो ऊपर वाला है जो तुम्हारी मेहनत को देख रहा है, एंड ऑब्वियसली ही विल गिव यू द रिजल्ट्स, एंड
आपने
डिजर्व
कितना
बिफोर यू
स्कोर किया
डिजायर,
साइना
ठीक है,
कॉस्टिंग
अगर
पेपर
तुम
में?
डिजर्व।
इफ यू कैन शेयर।
74।
ओ माय गॉड।
74।
मैं तब से वही वेट कर रहा था कब कहानी खत्म होगा
सो
एंड आई वांट टू
लाइक
नो।
मैंने अपना
वरना पक्का 100 आउट ऑफ 100 है 3 घंटा पेपर लिख के आने
मैंने
से।
75 मार्क्स का अटेम्प्ट किया था उस पे, पेपर पे मैंने पेपर मंगवाया अपना, आई
अच्छा।
हैव अटेम्प्ट लाइक अटेंडेड 75 मार्क्स का, एंड उसमें
मतलब 2 hours में शी
या इट
completed
वाज
the 75
74।
75 marks paper, that too with her health being not in good condition and इतना like, but still her commitment like 75 and एक statement she said like even though if I write 95 marks paper also I am okay, I will anywhere get 90. That's she told in some other answer
हाँ,
that got registered in my mind.
या
बेसिकली स्टूडेंट्स का ऐसा पर्सपेक्टिव रहता है, वो लोग ऐसे सोच के जाते हैं कि अगर हम 80-90 लिख के आने से वी विल गेट एनीवेयर बिटवीन 50-60 और मे बी 40-50, ऐसा पर्सपेक्टिव लेके जाते हैं। ओके, आई हैव हर्ड। गाइस इट्स ऑल योर पर्सपेक्टिव। अभी जैसे साइना सेड, शी सेड मैं 95 लिखने से आई विल गेट 90। Like the accuracy percentage matters a lot when you are aiming for rank or in CA exams, because even in your school levels also, जैसे मेरा भी CMA में ranks था, so I know at every level how I dealt with it. So rank जब भी aim कर रहे हो accuracy level बढ़ा दो। एंड CA के एग्जाम्स में बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करता है, प्रोफेशनल एग्जाम्स में। So thank you so much guys for those points. And Princey has asked one question. Should we wait for new DT or IDT batches or take old recording batch and cover two amendments for May 2026? If you guys have any idea regarding that, you can take the answer or leave it.
see, depending on your time, don't waste your time for waiting some new lectures, and you can, yeah, you can, I think, go with IDT because there are few amendments in IDT,
Hmm.
and then you can proceed with DT maybe, but don't waste your time waiting for lectures.
Hmm.
Just
Right.
utilize your time and yeah, cover the amendments later.
Yeah. Vasant has a question to Nandini. Have you seen that question, Nandini? You had to travel 2.5 hours to exam hall 2 and 4th, so you must be tired during those crucial exam days with the travel. So how did you manage those and pull off those hours in 1.5 days with fatigue, exam stress, and how did you manage time during those days? That is very important question. Yeah, Nandini.
यस लाइक ऐसा है ना, आप अपने माइंड को जैसा प्रिपेयर करोगे ना, वो वैसा ही हो जाता है। इट्स ऑल अबाउट
Yeah.
योर एटीट्यूड कि आप कैसे लेते हो।
True.
लाइक वन थिंग, लाइक यस, सो देर इज समथिंग ना, लाइक लीव का, हम जैसे लीव का होता है ना, सबका अपना परसेप्शन होता है कि हमको इतना मिलना ही पड़ेगा। Like na,
Hmm.
it's all about how you train your mind. If I
Hmm.
was able to do in 1 month, just because I was able to train my mind to take that pressures. And ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरा तबीयत उस टाइम पे खराब नहीं था, लेकिन September month I nearly took 17 painkillers because I am someone with migraine, so I cannot deal with so
Yeah.
much of everything without proper sleep and all. So ऐसा डिफिकल्टी सबके लाइफ में रहता है, बट यू जस्ट नीड टू थिंक कि आप उसको कैसे कोप अप करोगे। आपका मोटिवेशन और आपका माइंड स्ट्रक्चर्ड होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो लाइक जब मैंने ये बोला था ना घर पे कि मैं अप डाउन करके पढ़ूंगी, बिकॉज आई एम अ पर्सन हु कैन नॉट स्टडी अ डिफरेंट प्लेस, बिकॉज आई नीड अ प्रॉपर स्पेस जहाँ पे मैंने
Hmm.
पढ़ा है पहले से।
Hmm.
तो आई एम
Hmm.
दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन कि मेरा नहीं होता है कंसंट्रेशन दूसरी जगह।
Hmm. हम्म
तो सो लाइक एवरीवन सेड मी कि कैसे होगा, इतना लाइक इतने खराब रोड्स है, पैथेटिक कंडीशन ऑफ रोड्स है, थक जाओगी। बट नो, इट वाज माय विल पावर, आई वाज वेरी डिटरमाइंड कि मेरे को ऐसे ही करना है, जो भी होगा देखा जाएगा, मेरे को ऐसे ही करना है। सो
हम्म
दैट हेल्प्ड मी, लाइक although I was tired, but I was not so tired that I was not able to read for the next whatever time I had left, because मेरा माइंड ना वो वन वन मंथ में ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर हो गया था कि अब ऐसा ही होगा, जो होगा ऐसे ही देना है, ऐसा ही होगा सब जो होगा,
एक्सेप्टेंस इज
क्योंकि
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। हम्म
acceptance is very important and like I had
हाँ,
full faith in God, because उन्होंने मेरा स्ट्रगल्स डेफिनेटली देखा है ना, जो भी है वो मेरे को ऐसा, मेरे साथ ऐसा गलत कभी नहीं कर सकते कि मेरे को नहीं देंगे कुछ।
यस
तो भगवान पे विश्वास होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, खुद के मेहनत पे विश्वास रखो। एंड लाइक वो 1.5 डे का जो प्लान होता है ना, पहले से बना के रखो,
हम्म
अलॉन्ग विथ लीविंग सम आवर्स या सम कुछ कंटिजेंसीज के लिए छोड़ दो। लाइक मेरे को पता था मेरा 5-6 आवर्स ट्रेवलिंग में जाएगा।
हम्म
सो ना मैंने अपना स्टडी प्लान को वैसे ही स्ट्रक्चर्ड किया था कि मैं जब कार में रहूंगी तो मेरे को जो लीस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर्स है या जिसको ऊपर ऊपर से देखना है वही पढ़ूंगी, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है कि वहां पे पढ़ाई नहीं हो।
हम्म
So now you structure your study routine in that manner, like have a proper planning beforehand। तो ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम 1.5 डे में ना सोच रहे हैं कि अभी क्या पढ़ना है, अभी क्या स्टार्ट करना है, सो वो कभी नहीं होना चाहिए। एंड लाइक
यस
मेरा ऐसा था कि मैं घर आके बहुत थक जाती थी, तो मैं क्या करती थी, जो भी मेरा ऐसा है ना कि गो थ्रू चैप्टर है कि ये हो जाए, सो आई यूज टू स्टडी दैट फर्स्ट। एंड ऐसा था कि मैं अर्ली मॉर्निंग जल्दी उठ जाती थी ताकि मेरा माइंड फ्रेश रहे, एंड आई यूज टू स्टडी दैट होल डे कम्प्लीटली, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे मेरा माइंड बहुत फ्रेश रहेगा अगले दिन।
हम्म हम्म
तो ये ऐसा मेरा पहले से स्ट्रेटेजी बनाया हुआ था सबका। एंड लाइक मेरा क्या था कि हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए ना, मतलब जो चीज हम नहीं सक रहा उसका हर जगह पे स्टिकी नोट्स लगाया हुआ था पहले से ही, कि ये कंसेप्ट मैं भूल रही हूँ तो मेरा स्टिकी नोट पहले से लगाया हुआ ही था। लाइक आई हैड एंटायर समरी ऑफ पेनल्टीज, ट्रिकी एडजस्टमेंट्स फॉर डीटी। तो लाइक मेरा टाइम कहीं पे भी वेस्ट नहीं हुआ वो ढूंढने में या पेज पलटने में। आई हैड एवरीथिंग मटेरियल हैंडी की इसी से पढ़ना है।
यस
सो दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
Great, great. Those are insane tips. And next question is, guys, what are the most common mistakes which CA aspirants make, like CA final or CA enter, anyone make? And how did you guys consciously avoided them? Like पहले से पता था कि लोग ऐसे कर रहे हैं और तुम लोगों ने कैसे avoid किया? Did you guys do something like that?
see, the most important what which I will focus on is planning. ठीक है,
Hmm.
have a proper plan. For example, I have 3 months. I can't plan my 3 months in detail on the day one itself because I don't know that how it will turn out. ठीक है, so what I did is I have just planned like if I had a broad plan in my mind. I will complete my first revision till this time. I will complete my second revision till this time, and then I will allocate 12 days or 15 days to this subject. So I have just broad plan ready with me, and I have my detailed plan for my next 15 days. एक
Okay.
चीज क्या होता है आई वुड से, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल अभी मेरे पास 14 days है टू रिवाइज एफआर फॉर द फर्स्ट, लाइक आई एम सेइंग फॉर द फर्स्ट रिवीजन,
Hmm.
14 days है, ठीक है।
Hmm.
अब वो उस पे इनिशियली 7-8 days योर स्पीड विल बी एक्सट्रीमली स्लो, एकदम धीरे धीरे
Hmm.
पढ़ रहे हैं, डर डर के पढ़
Hmm.
रहे हैं, ठीक है, बहुत स्लो होता है। एंड देन बाद में प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। सो इफ यू विल प्लान एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल कि मुझे कौन से दिन में कौन से चैप्टर्स खत्म करना है, तो you will just not go out of your track. You
Hmm.
will be in the track,
Planning is very
and
important. Hmm.
तो प्लान करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। एंड ट्राई टू बी योरसेल्फ। देखो एक चीज नोटिस करना, एग्जाम
Hmm.
से एक दिन पहले जो तुम्हारी पढ़ने की स्पीड होती है एंड प्रिपरेशन लीव में जो पढ़ने की स्पीड होती है, कितना ज्यादा डिफरेंट होता है।
बहुत।
एक चैप्टर जो तुम प्रिपरेशन लीव में लाइक तुम 5 से 6 घंटे लेते हो, वो तुम एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले 2 घंटे में ऐसे फटाफट खत्म होता है। क्यों
यस।
होता है? तुम्हारा फोकस इंक्रीज हो चुका होता है, तुम्हारा कंसेंट्रेशन इंक्रीज हो चुका होता है, एंड
Hmm.
तुम्हें पता है कि कुछ भी हो जाए मुझे कल पेपर देना है।
यस।
ठीक है, तो प्रिपरेशन लीव में भी अपने साथ वैसा ही टारगेट सेट करो। अगर तुमने डिसाइड किया है कि मैं 10th of April को एफआर का मॉक टेस्ट दूंगी, डोंट पोस्टपोन इट। ठीक है, 80%
हम्म
तैयारी हो रहा है, 80% के साथ जाओ पेपर देने। 70% हो रहा है, 70% के साथ लिखो, बट पेपर जरूर लिखो। हम क्या करते हैं, इस पे फ्लेक्सिबल हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, ये तो हमने तय किया है कि हमें पेपर देना है, 10 दिन के बाद
हम्म
देना है, बट 10 दिन में पढ़ाई हो नहीं पाती है, तो 12 दिन के बाद, 13 दिन के बाद, 14 दिन के बाद, उसमें टाइम वेस्ट करते हैं हम, ठीक है।
हम्म
तो अपना टारगेट सेट रखो कि मुझे इस दिन पेपर लिखना है तो लिखना है, 70% होगा तो उसके साथ लिखना है, तो वो तुम्हारा स्पीड ऑटोमेटिकली इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। तो जो भी तुम अपने टारगेट्स बना रहे हो, अचीवेबल बनाओ, ट्राई टू स्टिक, प्लान करो, एंड स्टे पॉजिटिव, मैनिफेस्ट करो बहुत चीजें, तुम जो मैनिफेस्ट, तुम जैसा सोचते हो तुम्हारा बॉडी ऑटोमेटिकली वैसा काम करने लगता है। तुम अगर
यस
सोचोगे, जस्ट ट्राई वन डे, तुम सुबह उठकर सोचोगे आज मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, वो दिन तुम खुश खुश महसूस करोगे, ठीक है। एंड सुबह इफ यू विल फील कि आज बहुत आलस आ रहा है, आज कुछ मन नहीं कर रहा है, तो वो दिन तुम्हारा वैसा ही जाएगा। तो
राइट
ट्राई सेइंग आउट पॉजिटिव थिंग्स टू योरसेल्फ कि मैं खुश हूँ, एंड मेरी पढ़ाई बहुत अच्छे से हो रही है, एंड आई एम हैप्पी। जस्ट ट्राई सेइंग पॉजिटिव थिंग्स टू योरसेल्फ, बिकॉज जैसा तुम सोचते हो वैसा तुम बन जाते हो, वैसा तुम करने लगते हो।
राइट एवरी पॉइंट एग्रीड नंदिनी एनी पॉइंट यू वांट टू
या
ऐड
तो वही है,
हम्म
मतलब गलतियां क्या नहीं करनी है, प्लान को
हाँ
फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं बनाना है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं, बट जस्ट ट्राई टू स्टिक टू योर प्लान, एंड हाँ,
हम्म
कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की ऑब्वियसली।
यस हम्म यस नंदिनी
ऑल्सो
लाइक
वन मोर
मेरे
थिंग, एक चीज मैं बताऊंगी,
ओके
ऐसा मत करो कि, हाँ,
हाँ हाँ बोलो 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 साइना
या नंदिनी गो अहेड।
ओके नंदिनी यू
ओके
गो अहेड शी विल
हाँ,
स्पीक लेटर
लाइक डोंट, मतलब सी, हाँ,
साइना
हेलो,
यू कैन स्पीक।
एम
या
आई
या साइना
ऑडिबल?
साइना यू गो अहेड
या
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 यू कंप्लीट द पॉइंट
हाँ हाँ, देर इज नो सच थिंग कि सुबह बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई होती है या रात को बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाई होती है, जो टाइम तुम्हारे लिए सही है वो सही है, ठीक है।
बस
ऐसा नहीं कि सुबह पढ़ोगे तो बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाई होगा, रात को बहुत अच्छा होगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है। बट एक चीज है कि कंसिस्टेंट रहो, मतलब अगर तुम सुबह उठ के पढ़ते हो तो हर दिन सुबह उठ
हम्म
कर पढ़ो, क्योंकि
हम्म
तुम्हारा बॉडी फिर उस अकॉर्डिंग ट्रेन हो जाता है, और तुम रात को पढ़ते हो तो हर दिन रात को पढ़ो, ऐसा नहीं कि किसी और को देख के फॉलो नहीं करना है कि मुझे हर दिन सुबह ही उठना है या मुझे हर दिन रात को ही पढ़ना है, ठीक है। द टाइम दैट
हम्म
वर्क्स फॉर यू इज द बेस्ट टाइम फॉर यू।
परफेक्ट या नंदिनी
ओके, लाइक आई वुड लाइक टू से दैट कि सबके ना मिस्टेक्स अलग अलग होते हैं, वो आपको ड्यूरिंग द फेज पता चलेगा। आप अपना प्रिपरेशन लाइक किसी से भी कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते, आपका मिस्टेक्स भी किसी से कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते। लाइक हम अगर हमारा बोले, आई वाज वेरी वीक एट एएफएम।
ओके
आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बट आई वाज वेरी वीक एट एएफएम। समथिंग लाइक वो मेरे लिए कभी वर्क नहीं करता था। सो
हम्म
ऐसा था ना कि whenever I used to solve the past year papers या mock test papers of AFM, because I did not get enough time to appear for mocks. So what I used to do was I used to solve on calculator the sums.
हम्म
At least कुछ हो जाएगा उससे। So like ना, तब मेरा आंसर्स बनता नहीं था। एंड आंसर्स क्यों नहीं बनता था? जस्ट बिकॉज आई वॉज वेरी स्ट्रेस्ड, और मैंने ना मन में पहले ही सोच लिया था कि एएफएम मुझसे नहीं होगा।
यस
ये मेन रीजन था कि मेरे से ना बनता नहीं था। पर व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग ना कि मेरे को करना है, तो लाइक वो क्या ना, धीरे धीरे फिर जब मैंने काम माइंड से किसी भी चीज को सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट किया ना, वो ऑटोमेटिकली सॉल्व होते गया। एंड लाइक ऐसा था कि जो सब्जेक्ट में ना मुझे सबसे ज्यादा डर था, उसी का पेपर नवंबर 24 में सबसे ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट आया। एवरीथिंग वाज रिवर्स कैलकुलेशन। सो
ओके
देखो, गॉड ऑल्सो प्लेज, ऐसा नहीं है, वो आपका
यस
टेम्परेमेंट हमेशा टेस्ट करेगा। हमेशा आपका
हम्म
टेम्परेमेंट टेस्ट होगा। पर ऐसा नहीं है ना, उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे आपको नर्वस नहीं होना। आपको पेपर में कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है तो आप उसका स्पेस छोड़ के आगे जाओ। जो भी आपको आता है पहले वो लिख लो, अच्छे से लिख लो उसको। जो आता है वो कर लो। जैसे मेरे को भी एएफएम में ऐसा था कि कुछ कुछ क्वेश्चंस मेरे से सॉल्व हो गए थे, तो मैंने वो सारे कर लिए। और जो नहीं हो रहे थे वो ना बाद में मैंने सोचा। बट अल्टीमेटली जब मैंने उसको ध्यान से शांति से सोचा ना, उसके सारे आंसर्स बन गए। इवन दो एवरी क्वेश्चन वाज न्यू, बट बन गए आंसर्स। सो ना, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू कि आप क्या पर्सपेक्टिव लेके चलते हो एक सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर, आपका थॉट प्रोसेस क्या है। हमेशा ना एक
यस
काम काम माइंड से अप्रोच करो किसी भी चीज को। अगर आपको कोई चीज डिफिकल्ट लग रही है ना, तो यू नीड टू पुट सम एक्स्ट्रा टुवर्ड्स दैट, बिकॉज वो
यस
थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा डिमांड करेगा। लाइक मेरे को ऑडिट पसंद था, तो ऑडिट के लिए आई वॉज वेरी स्मूथ, मेरे को टेंशन उतना नहीं था। बट एएफएम के लिए बहुत टेंशन होता था, और हमेशा मैं टेंशन में ही सॉल्व करती थी, तो कभी बनता ही नहीं था। बट व्हेन आई रियलाइज कि आप शांति से कर सकते हो, फिर मेरे से सारे क्वेश्चंस बनने लगे. सो इट
I
डिपेंड्स
get it.
अपॉन योर पर्सपेक्टिव.
I get it. Yeah, I saw the Vasant question, but actually we are running very late, guys. So it's almost 10:35, 10:40. So, Vasant, do reach sign on LinkedIn. She will definitely clear the question regarding ITC and her interview.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Because if we take it right now, it will go out of topic and the webinar will get extended more. So, Vasant, do reach out to sign on LinkedIn, okay? And then I'm saying, I think almost the questions are completed. Uh, I think we have covered almost all the topics, right? Subjects, revision, summarizing, like motivation and emo, like almost all of the topics are covered, right? SPOM is
Yeah.
also covered. So yeah, guys. So the webinar is about to end. Thank you so much for your feedback messages in the chat box for both of them. And someone has said, "For Nandini, एकदम दिल से बोल रहे हो दीदी." So both of you, Saina and Nandini, thank you so much for your valuable information, all the tips for coming right here, uh, sharing all of your inputs very honestly, like sharing your real life experiences on this platform. The episode will be soon on YouTube, guys. I need to edit because Topmate just played with us today. It was very difficult to handle because I was at a moment I was thinking that आज का एपिसोड तो होगा नहीं शायद ऐसे लग रहा था I was very concerned but thank God Zoom was there and तब के तभी हो गया and um, sorry. Okay. Charan had another question, right? Yeah, Charan, your second question is also almost linked to the same, the first question. That's why I didn't take that question. The 2 to 3 factors which gave you a competitive edge, like it's almost the same question which they said, like the consistency factor or emotions, yeah, whatever planning they said. Okay. So, and there's a third question. Uh, he asked, I am sure you guys aim for top three rank. Okay. How did you manage the pressure turn into stress, especially as you had 3 months for preparation? Nandini had 1 month and Saina had 2 months. So you guys might have had some expectations and like he's asking regarding that. How did you manage the pressure of rank?
See, I started in the beginning of the webinar itself that never target the rank, try to complete the syllabus. Your focus should not be rank, your focus should be completing the syllabus and attending the questions in a correct manner, which will help you to achieve a rank without any pressure or any anxiety. And yeah, some days I felt stressed and anxious that what if I might not get a rank and anything. But yeah, it doesn't change anything because at the end of the day, see, my only concern was after completing my exam, I should come out with the exam hall, like I should come out from the exam hall with complete satisfaction that yeah, I have given my 100% and this is
Yes,
all what I can give. So I just don't want to regret later on that I have not given my 100%. So my focus was on giving 100% that I don't want to regret the later.
yes,
So
right.
yeah, don't don't focus that I want to rank one, two, three. Try to
Try
focus
to
on the
focus on your
syllabus.
preparation and try to complete it 100%. Saina said this
Yeah.
in her first answer itself that she had her complete focus on her preparation. Rank will automatically come if you do the process well. I mean, that's the trick. That's how it works, guys.
Yeah.
And then you would like to add any kind of points here?
Very truly agreed with Saina. We should never pressurize yourself for rank. Like I also had a aim of rank, but it was not like कि नहीं होगा तो I would be
Hmm.
dissatisfied. तो मेरे को ना ऐसा कभी वो प्रेशर आया ही नहीं कि मेरा रैंक नहीं आएगा तो क्या होगा. Because what I did was I gave my 200% in whatever time I got to study. And literally, I said earlier also, na, Bhagwan dekh. So believe in yourself, believe in God, everything will turn out in your favor only.
Great,
So that's
great. That's a very positive end to the last question, guys. And thank you for such good questions, Sharon. So, guys, I would like to really thank you and thank you guys for all your such lovely messages. And okay, Adarsh had made 4 pages of notes from this session. I will definitely take the notes from Adarsh. Adarsh, I know him. Is one of my junior. I have met him. So thank you, Adarsh, for attending and taking such good feedbacks. So every point of yours, guys, and you guys truly made the day. And this is one of the greatest discussion I ever had. Like 2 hours of continuous, each and every minute I had something to learn, something to smile, something to admire from both of you. It was really, really good hosting you, and I definitely had a very, very good time. And it was very valuable. Thank you so much, guys. If you guys would like to share anything to the audience and CS students, you guys can share.
Thank you so much, guys, for attending this. And yeah, we are very sorry for the top mid thing that what happened,
That
and
was very
there was some,
unexpected. Hmm.
yeah, there was some, ठीक है, थोड़ा दिक्कत हुआ, but ठीक है, at the end, and अगर ठीक है, like if you have some friends who couldn't join this, then obviously this video will be on YouTube. You can
Yes.
recommend them to, yeah, see
Yeah.
this here. And thank you so much for joining. And just एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगी, मोटिवेशन बाहर से नहीं अंदर से ढूंढो, इंटरनल मोटिवेशन विल फॉलो, ठीक है? एंड हाँ, मतलब प्लान करना बड़ी बात नहीं है, इम्प्लीमेंट करना ज्यादा बड़ी बात है. सो जस्ट
Yes.
ट्राई टू इम्प्लीमेंट योर प्लान्स वट एवर यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड.
Yes. Right. Anything, Nandini?
First of all, thank you, Sai, and each and everyone present here for your valuable time and also for inviting me to this session. I really had great time speaking here. Also, अगर आप लोगों को और भी कुछ जानना है या queries हो, तो you can always reach to me out at LinkedIn. I am at LinkedIn. And also study properly, plan properly, give your best shot, and believe in yourself. That's all from my side.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
surely you can reach out to LinkedIn if you have anything left.
Great, guys. So I feel very, very happy, and this is one of the best episodes, and I think this will be one of the best episodes I've ever hosted. And thank you for such good feedbacks. I have taken all the screenshots. I will keep it with myself and share with these guys also. So I would like to end the webinar now, and next week we'll be having another episode. So stay tuned, guys. Every week there will be one new thing to learn and new thing to explore. And thanks to Saina and Nandini once more. Good night, guys. I'm going to end the recording now. Thank you so much.